To have you with us on the Deuce.
You ready to go?
Let's do it. It's time to drop the hammer for the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
Here comes the surge. They'll be side by side.
3 wide open worker will it.
He muscles him up and out of the groove.
Closing in on the outside.
They just avoided disaster there.
Contact.
Rooting down in there.
And it all breaks out.
Hard into the outside wall.
And the big one has happened here.
A huge incident.
They need to get back on the track.
We've got 4 cars side by side, all battling out.
It's now a 4-horse race.
Door handle to door handle drama. 3 wide as they come to the white flag.
It is absolutely dead level at the front of the field.
An unbelievable finish.
He absolutely stood up in the seat and was counted for there.
In the NASCAR Xfinity Series, names are made here. While many parts of the country, including the Midwest in corn country, gets relief from sweltering summer heat, the excitement and drama of the NASCAR Xfinity Series remains red hot. Welcome to the Iowa Speedway in Newton, Iowa. It's the fastest short track on the planet, they say around here. Today, it plays host to race 22 of the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship Trail in the Hy-Vee Perks 250. And hello one and all, I'm Matthew Owens and welcome to Iowa. Thanks for having us in for the race. Seth Eves is coming up in just a moment. We'll have JT pop in every now and again perhaps as well for a few words, as we are glad to have you with us for a NASCAR weekend here in Iowa. Very exciting racetrack, of course. The Xfinity Series, which was at that point named the Nationwide Series, was among the first of the series to come to this racetrack more than a decade and a half ago. Now, of course, the Cup Series is here in Iowa. We'll have that race for you tomorrow. But these Xfinity Series drivers still don't have a great understanding of this racetrack. It did take a break from the Xfinity Series schedule for a handful of years before coming back last year. It has been a treacherous racetrack so far today as well. Practice and qualifying for both the Cup cars and these Xfinity Series cars. A lot of issues thrown at these drivers by the racetrack itself. We'll talk about the character of this racetrack a little bit later as we go. As we mentioned, this is race 22 of the Xfinity Series season. The regular season is most certainly winding down. And last week, Indianapolis played host to a very dramatic race as far as the championship and the face of the series. Let's start with the championship. Connor Zilisch won yet again, his 5th win of the year. He's at the top of the playoff grid ahead of Justin Allgaier and Austin Hill. More on him in a moment. Jesse Love, Brandon Jones, Sammy Smith, and Nick Sanchez each have 1 win. Sammy Mayer is a virtual lock into the playoff on points. Carson Quaffle sits 78 points above the cut line in 9th. Sheldon Creed is at 10th plus 67. Taylor Gray has now moved 59 points clear of the cut line in 11th. 12 drivers made the Xfinity Series playoffs, and holding that 12th spot right now is Jeb Burton by just 10 points over his cousin, Harrison Burton. Ryan Sieg gained 30 points to the cut line last week, going from minus 50 to minus 20. He is still in it. Dean Thompson is 15th at minus 57. Maximum point game possible in one race this year with the addition of the Xfinity fastest lap point is 60. And also keep that in mind as we tell you that the regular season championship race is heating up. Justin Allgaier, who had a chance to win last week but crashed late with Kyle Larson, while Connor Zilic went on to win. Now Allgaier's lead on Zilic is only 21 points. Sam Mayer is 48 in back of Allgaier. The winner of the regular season championship gets an additional 15 playoff points when the regular season comes to an end in a few weeks' time at Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway. As we mentioned, though, Austin Hill, third in the playoff standings with 3 wins, will not have any playoff points when the postseason begins. His accident wasn't an accident with Eric Almirola last week. NASCAR during the week did deem it an intentional act of right rear hooking. That is a 1-race suspension for Austin Hill. He is not running in the race today. He is still playoff eligible, but he will start the playoffs with 0 playoff points. That is a part of that penalty. So Austin Hill is not here. Austin Dillon is filling in for him at Richard Childress Racing. That is a big storyline coming into the race today. Cars are rolling off on parade and pace laps. I still haven't stopped talking, and I won't for a little bit more because we have to give you the starting grid. Qualifying was earlier this morning. Jesse Love scored his 3rd pole of the season. He's on the front row with William Sawalich, who has scored 3 straight top 10s. Carson Hocevar makes his 2nd Xfinity Series start of the year for Colleague Racing. He starts 3rd with Connor Zilic in 4th. He's won 3 straight races. Only 2 drivers ever in the history of this series has won 4 in a row. Sam Mayer is the defending winner of this race. He starts 5th alongside the aforementioned Austin Dillon. This was the site of his first career Truck Series win 15 years ago. Ryan Sieg starts from 7th. He was a runner-up here in June of 2017. He's alongside Carson Quaffle of Mooresville, North Carolina. Sammy Smith was a solid 4th year last year. He starts 9th alongside Daniel Dye. He scored his first career series top 10 in this race last year. Row 6 is Ross Chastain and Brandon Jones. Matt DiBenedetto's in row 7 with Sheldon Creed. Justin Allgaier lines up 15th with 463 career laps led at this racetrack. He's alongside Justin Bonsignor, the modified champion. Harrison Burton flanked by Corey Day in row 9. Anthony Alfredo and Dean Thompson in row 10. Dean was 10th last week at Indy. Blaine Perkins for the Jordan Anderson team starts 21st alongside Brennan Poole. Thomas Annunziata and Kyle Sieg line up in row 12. In front of Christian Eckes and Nick Sanchez. Jeremy Clements has 20 career starts at this racetrack. Starts 27th alongside Parker Retzlaff. Josh Balicki's in the 15th row with Garrett Smidley to his right elbow. Mason Massey fires off 31st alongside Jeb Burton from Halifax, Virginia. Holding that final playoff spot, has to start deep in the field. Joey Gase is from Iowa. Cedar Rapids, about 90 minutes east of here. He starts in the 17th row alongside Ryan Ellis. Western New York's Patrick Emmerling rolls off 35th, flanked by Taylor Gray, who's been in the top 10 in 6 of the last 7 races, has a long way to go today to get there. And in the 19th and final row, it's Rhode Island's Tyler Tomasi and Dawson Cram from San Diego. That's the starting grid for the Hy-Vee Perks 250. It's the 22nd NASCAR Xfinity Series race here in Iowa. Finally, I can shut up and let someone else talk, and that someone else, high atop turn 3 at the end of the back straightaway at the Iowa Speedway. Today is Seth Eves.
Yes, catch your breath. Welcome to Iowa. Is this heaven? No, it's just USRN at Iowa. NASCAR on USRN from Iowa. This is going to be an exciting race. You mentioned, of course, the fact that the Austin Dillon, the 21. Let's get another big thing. You might have heard the name Carson Hocevar in that Colleague Racing car. Josh Williams, the driver of that number 11 car, was relieved of his duties. Was released from that seat earlier in the week. That car will have a select number of all-star drivers, if you will, for the remainder of the season in that 11 car. And, you know, usually it's Josh that makes you feel old, and now you're making me feel old with A, Austin Dillon's first truck win was 15 years ago, and B, the 22nd race for this series at this racetrack. I'm not sure how that's possible, but back to the reason you got my attention, you called me to talk about the race, and yes, this, of course, is modeled with the great Rusty Wallace built this track, designed this track. It was designed to be like the Richmond Raceway, one of his favorite tracks, a track he was so good on. It does have some Richmond characteristics. Going into 1 and 2, you can go 2 wide, maybe 3. That outer groove, if you get too high up, though, you'll be up in the wall. They'll go down the back straightaway, and then you can go 3 wide there, but blowing it down to 2 wide may be preferred. Should be a very interesting afternoon. I'll have all the action for the back half of the Iowa Speedway as we get set for NASCAR Xfinity Series racing. And one more thing, I'm so glad that now I'm on the air. I got to hear that starting grid music in action.
Seth loves that. That's been anticipated for a week or so now. Yes, indeed. Seth is absolutely right. Rusty Wallace helped design this racetrack. He basically made it shaped like Richmond. There are differences. Richmond's 3/4 of a mile. This is 7/8 of a mile. The banking here is a bit steeper, if I can get my words out. In fact, there's progressive banking here. 12 degrees at the bottom, 13 in the middle, and 14 at the very top. Because it is under a mile, it is considered a short track, but many drivers and crew chiefs will tell you that this racetrack drives more like an intermediate 1.5 kind of a racetrack because it is high speed with the progressive banking, and there's so much room to roam. 2, 3, 4 grooves at times in the corners. They repaved this racetrack partially, very strangely, last year. Those repaved sections have now had a full year to sit in the hot summer sun and go through the very frigid winter here in Iowa. That has created a very treacherous race course for Cup and Xfinity drivers here today through practice and qualifying. The field just got the one-to-go signal. We're about to go racing. I promised everyone before we went on air that was the fastest pre-race show in history, and it was. As we get ready for this 250-lap race, the first stage will go 60 laps. The field is doubled up behind the Chevrolet Corvette pace car, and to the attention of Seth Eves as we get ready to go.
Should be an exciting afternoon in the heartland of Iowa. It's William Sawalich and Jesse Love on the front row for the start of the NASCAR Xfinity Series in America's Heartland. Here's Walnut Cove, North Carolina's Matthew Owens.
Jesse Love, the pole sitter, has the option of which lane to start from. He starts from the outside. Rookie William Sawalich to his inside. The green flag goes up in the air, and it's time to drop the hammer in corn country. It's a good start off the inside of row 1 from Sawalich. He's got a nose in front as they hit the corner.
Sawalich looked a little bit sideways coming out of that number 2 corner. Jesse Love's going to have the lead, and he will go to the top spot. Now Zilich in that bright yellow car looks to go to the outside of Sawalich to grab second.
Connor Zilich, who's won the last 3 races, makes an aggressive pass around the outside of Sawalich, then butter knifes his way to the inside of Jesse Love, and they're side by side for the lead in turn number 1.
Yeah, here is Zilich. Oh, trouble! It's Austin Dillon in turn number 2. He backs the car to the wall, and Ryan Sieg is in it. Ryan Sieg was fastest in the early morning practice today. Looked at as a potential dark horse, but he's found trouble. So has the 21 of the former series champion, Austin Dillon. And it didn't take long for the first yellow of the afternoon.
And not a surprise that it happened in turns 1 and 2 either, because that portion of the racetrack caught so many drivers out in practice and qualifying today, again, for both series. Let's see what happened in the middle of 1 and 2, Seth.
Well, Ryan Sieg just got way up the hill, a bit of a wobble, and then Austin Dillon was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Talk about an ill-handling car, just all kind of sideways. When we tried to correct it, he got it in. Obviously not intentional, just a racing accident and a tough break for both Sieg and Dillon.
Again, the repave that we talked about, the partial repave before last year's IndyCar and NASCAR races, a lot of the racing surface was starting to come apart at the bottom of the racetrack, so they chose only to repave the bottom 2 grooves in both sets of corners, but not the top or the straightaways. So that repaved surface, which, by the way, as JT rightly says in our private chat, it doesn't look any different than it ever did, and it's very true, it's very grayed in, but that surface is just creating landmines for these drivers so far this weekend. Fortunately for Ryan Sieg and Austin Dillon, it feels as if they have gotten away with minimal damage, if at all any. Dylan has come to pit road here. 4 tires and fuel for the Richard Childress Racing team. The early caution does give us a chance, I guess, to dive a little bit more into the weeds on this, Seth. I think it's very difficult these days to get NASCAR fans or anybody to universally agree on something, but when the message came out, when the alert came out earlier in the week that Austin Hill was suspended for this race, it felt like everybody, except Richard Childress himself, agreed.
Yeah, but of course we, listen, I understand and want to stick up for your guy. If you just said, if you just said nothing and disagreed and stood up your guy in silence, that'd be one thing. But of course he made some quotes after that race that were laughable.
Stupid.
Let's just put it mildly. And
idiotic.
Yeah. Well, as usual, you don't sugarcoat. But yeah, it was black. I heard some people saying, well, Eric Almirola shouldn't have raced him like that.
Oh.
Okay, but that doesn't warrant a right rear hook at 150 miles an hour in that section of the racetrack. That's the easiest call ever. It was actually too easy of a call to do one race. I think 2 races would have been fine, maybe even 3, but 1 and playoff points. And if I'm not mistaken, Matthew, you mentioned I do not believe he's eligible to even get playoff points in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken.
So that is correct. So the playoff points that he has accrued to this point of the season is quite a bit, 21, because he's won 3 races and won a number of stages. Those go away. Any playoff points that he would gain because of his championship position post the regular season finale at Gateway, he cannot receive those. And you're right, he cannot accrue any during the playoffs either. So, it's certainly not impossible for Austin Hill to win the championship, right? Because all he has to do, I quote-unquote say all he has to do, is win 1 race in each round and then go to Phoenix and be the highest finisher of the 4. So, he can still race for the championship, Seth, which I don't think the point of the rule was ever to say, we're going to keep you from racing for the championship. The point of the rule was to make it harder because you should be penalized for doing something like that. So he keeps his playoff eligibility, but to win the championship, it's going to be marketably harder than it would have been for him with 20-plus playoff points.
Correct. And so when you add that in, the 1 race suspension's probably fine.
Now, the other part of that story that we can discuss is the waiver system, because it is a NASCAR written rule. It is in black and white that you have to attempt to qualify for every race. You don't have to qualify for every race, interestingly enough. You just have to attempt to qualify for every race to be playoff eligible. Well, as he is suspended today, he thus did not attempt to qualify for this race. But Richard Childress Racing is going to submit a waiver, ask for a waiver from NASCAR, and as we've learned in the past, Seth, NASCAR has absolutely no issue granting waivers.
As the great Dave Moody said on his SiriusXM Speedway show earlier this week, why even have him in the first place?
Right. Exactly.
Look, man, I get it. Dave Moody's very polarizing. Not a lot of people like him. I get it. He does make a lot of good points, though, and that was one of them.
Yes, and of course, to all the people that said all they do on SiriusXM NASCAR radio is just say nice things about NASCAR and never take them to task. No, Dave Moody does that quite well when he feels the need to do that.
and also, a lot of people use that as like a criticism, like that. Well, so are you suggesting they should badmouth their employees and like maybe risk getting fired from their job?
Wow.
I've never understood that line of the complaining either. Like I could pump sunshine for a sports team I do. That's why I try not to say anything, but like I don't want to. If I overly talk, like, oh, you're just kissing the butt of this employer. I'm like, well, yeah, I kind of want to stay employed.
So that is the overarching storylines for today's race. You also heard Seth mention Josh Williams no longer with the Colleague team, relieved of his duties during the week. I mean, that just has not gone as planned. Allow me to say, who could have seen that coming? So there will be a rotisserie of drivers in that Colleague number 11 for the rest of the year, starting today with Carson Hocevar.
It's almost, yeah, I mentioned that at the start. Yeah, what a great hire that turned out to be, huh?
Yeah, what a mess. What a mess.
But hey, smile, it's good for you.
That's coming to the restart. Field doubled up. Connor Zilic was scored the leader at the moment of caution. He chooses the outside lane to restart on. Green flag goes up in the air. Zilic with pole sitter Jesse Love to his left elbow. As they sweep into turn number 1, Love from the inside does have a nose in front as they hit the apex of the turn.
Side by side. Oh, Love gets a little bit sideways, stalls out in the middle of the corner, and Zilic just flies right by him. Zilic now to the race lead. Battle on for the second, third, and fourth positions between Love, Mayer, and Sawalic.
Back onto the main straightaway through the tri-oval here, which does have considerable amount of banking to it as well. Zilic drives into turn 1 ahead of Jesse Love, who's under pressure for second.
Indeed, as they go to as further back, action going on with Taylor Gray. Matthew mentioned the fact that the driver for New Mexico has to start at the back of the field, and he's trying to have to work his way up through traffic, and he's trying to do that right now. Sammy Smith also in front of him.
Wow, and Smith gets out of shape off the bottom of turn number 4. He walks up the racetrack. Big wad of traffic here, middle of the pack in turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, Christian Eck is back there battling along with the 42 machine there of Honeyman as they go side by side. Here comes Nick Sanchez. He'll take a spot to the inside of that Neon 51. New look for the Jeremy Clements machine this afternoon.
And Clements walks it up the banking out of turn 4 and loses ground. Meanwhile, just ahead of them, it's 3 wide between Daniel Dye, Harrison Burton, and the Darlington champion, Brandon Jones.
Brandon Jones now to the outside of Daniel Dye as they battle heading into turn number 3. Harrison Burton also in that mix, right on that playoff cut line. He has a good run to the inside.
Yeah, Burton just 10 points below the cut line coming into action today, but in the live standings, he's above it because of his cousin Jeb and how poor of a qualifying effort he put in earlier this morning.
Indeed. Here's Dye now. He'll take the outside in that red, white, and yellow number 10. Good move for Dye. Meanwhile, Harrison Burton to the inside of Brandon Jones. He'll take the spot as Jones tries to fight back on the high side.
Daniel Dye running in 8th, finished 10th in this race a year ago. Mentioned in the grid, that was his first career top 10 in the Xfinity Series, and he's up there here early.
It's Connor Zilic by 0.6 of a second over Jesse Love at the front. The battle continuing on for that 8th position. Daniel Dye has it. Harrison Burton wants it. Dye to the inside with Burton right behind. And then you've got further back Brandon Jones trying to hang on. He's going to lose a spot, though. Dean Thompson got a little sideways through 4.
Dean Thompson, who's been very consistent for so much of the year for the Sam Hunt team. Meanwhile, the car on the move is Taylor Gray. Seth mentioned he started 36th. Seth, he's already picked up 15 spots.
He is flying through there as he heads down the back straightaway. Next car on his hit list is Brennan Poole in the Midas 44 machine. Ahead of Poole, there's a side-by-side battle between Kyle Sieg and Jeremy Clements.
Kyle Sieg with one of his better qualifying efforts this season earlier today. Still working to the inside of Jeremy Clements, trying to dig out of the bottom and get that position. Looks like he'll have it in 2.
So C gets by Clements, and now Clements back. Oh, look like Brennan Poole might have gotten into Clements. Clements a little sideways. That's going to allow Gray to go to the inside, and right behind this kerfuffle, Ryan Sieg trying to rebound from his spin.
Gray still on the move, taking another position. Came into today 11th in the playoff standings, 59 points above the cut line.
Meanwhile, back at 5th, Junior Motorsports battle. Ross Chastain dives to the inside of Carson Quapple to try and grab that 5th position. Quapple, though, with excellent drive on the outside.
Yeah, Chastain in that all-star number 9 for JRM. Of course, JRM, who has won so many races this year, 12 of them, which brings them to 100 for their Xfinity Series lifetime.
Absolutely. Quapple has the spot. He continues to stay ahead. Further back, just behind them, is Carson Hocevar in what is that new all-star car, if you will, that number 11 machine back there in P7.
And Hocevar giving it a really good run. Josh Williams did qualify pretty well in that 11 car for most of the year, but so often we saw it just going backwards once the green flag dropped. Today, Seth, another good qualifying run for the 11. He's holding tough up here in the early going.
Yep, you can draw your own conclusions. As Hocevar runs in that 7th position. What a talented young racer he is.
Yeah, no doubt about it, and we are in corn country, so I might as well say this and get it out of the way for the weekend. Carson Hocevar is a driver. No shucks given is his driving style.
Oh, that was so corny I could shuck it.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
There you go. Very good.
3rd place
is where Sam Mayer and William Sawalich battle, coming off of turn number 4. At the front, it's Connor Zilich lengthening his lead on Jesse Love to about 6 car lengths.
6 car lengths difference between Zilich and Love. Meanwhile, Chastain gets around Quapple, so move the blue, white, and green number 9 of Ross Chastain into the top 5. He is in that 5th position, and see what we got here. Replay of the start of this race, or the restart of this race.
I don't know why they're showing this, but anyway, very good. Whatever you want, CW. Putting in good numbers for the Xfinity Series this year. Do whatever you're doing.
CW.
That's right, yes, of course. Meanwhile,
C-Dub.
Dawson Cram in the Mike Harmon car is pulled off the racetrack, and the Rhode Island driver, Tyler Tomasi, is already gone 1 lap down. Sheldon Creed and Justin Allgaier battle along for the 10th position across the start-finish line here, getting around that lapped machine of Tomasi. This is the fight for 10th as they hit turn 2.
Yeah, it's a border weekend for Justin Allgaier. He's from a bordering state, Illinois, so Midwest representation here as Allgaier gets right to the bumper of Creed for that spot.
Allgaier running in the 11th position, the championship leader, but that lead is very much shrinking because of Connor Zilich and what he's done the past 9 weeks, as Allgaier tries to pull the slide job on Creed and does.
Great slide job by Justin Allgaier. Now Creed might fall into the clutches of the Brandon Jones automobile. Heading into turn 3, here's Jones. Good run. Oh, almost gets into Creed.
Yeah, Jones able to dig his way to the inside of Sheldon Creed. The 0-0 for the Haas factory team. Jones is hard on the brakes to get the car settled off the bottom of turn 1. Creed will fade high.
Indeed, as they go down. Oh, almost into the wall there went Creed, but he keeps it pointed in the right direction with Jones right behind. Further back, Taylor Gray dives to the inside of Nick Sanchez to grab a spot.
My goodness, this 54 car is very fast. He started 36th on the grid. Here he is alongside Nick Sanchez going into turn number 1. And if he can make this pass, Seth, it would be for 16th.
He is just absolutely on a tear. Meanwhile, speaking of, that's an interesting look for the 99 team. Just, marble gray on that car with a little bit of red hooked in.
Yeah, no Savannah Bananas this week for the 99 of DiBenedetto. Gray does complete the pass on Sanchez, and now he'll saddle the horse and crack the whip one more time and make very quick work of DiBenedetto.
Let me ask you a question. Obviously, I wasn't here. I don't know how many times that car was actually shown last week. Did you have to explain to Josh what the Savannah Bananas were?
Yeah, we did not. So actually, if you can believe it, the car itself was not shown very much by the cameras, but they did go on board, like inside the camera, inside the car a lot last week with the 99. But no, we actually physically did not see it during the race all that often. But no, we did not get into any Savannah Banana conversation last week.
All right,
which
call up James Trainer.
Yes, he is their #1 fan, of course.
Hashtag the most extreme sarcasm font imaginable.
That's right. Which does remind me, speaking of the Savannah Bananas, it reminds me to tell you, I have an order for a banana split by our USRN runner. He should be up here anytime.
Oh, okay. I'm not into bananas, so eat all that you want. But Connor Zilich is now up by a second. And Matthew, you said it, and it hit me. Matthew, do you realize he's going for 4 in a row today?
Now, I wasn't originally supposed to be on this race, Seth. Do you wonder why I am?
I can't imagine. I see Josh over there in the corner. I guarantee you he's got no idea what we're talking about, what that's code for.
That's okay.
That's perfectly fine. If that 88 car wins, He'll learn real quick.
See, he just sent a message to us in our private chat. See, he has it absolutely right to give him a break. That's why I did it, obviously.
Sure, yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt, that is the reason. Indeed. We are halfway home in Stage 1 here at Iowa. Connor Zilich, as Seth mentioned, does lead Jesse Love by 1 second. Sam Mayer is third. William Sawalich is fourth. Ross Chastain runs in the fifth position. Tight battle at sixth, right behind that top five. Carson Quaffle across the line, just ahead of Carson Hocevar. All the ones right here. Car 1 is Quaffle, car 11 is Hocevar.
Call all ones now, as Quaffle and Hocevar continue that battle down the back straightaway. Quaffle has the spot. Hocevar wants it. They'll dive into the number 3 corner. Quaffle is still a car length ahead.
Yeah, speaking of Connor Zilich going for 4 in a row, we have our normal stage breaks, of course, with On This Day and on Saturdays, Wide World of Sports. But we are also bringing back, and I might have to get the music out for it, we are bringing back the Pet Boys Quiz of the Day, because I have a question for everybody about Connor Zilich going for 4 wins in a row. And I hope everyone's ready for that.
But boy, when you said we were going with Bill Weber tribute all season long, you weren't kidding. We are going with the NBC TNT Retro.
Obviously.
Pet Boys question. All it was missing was you saying, release the hounds.
Well, I should have done that too, of course. That was fantastic. As Connor Zilich comes off turn 4. Yes, very good. Zilich locked into some lap traffic here, but so too is Jesse Love at second, so Zilich is not losing much of his lead. We're on JBM, of course, as well today. Always takes us a few laps to say we need to keep up with the YouTube chat on JBM. Regine is here with comments. Zilich, isn't he the driver that Dale Jr. is helping coach him? So yes, that has gone on for quite a while. I am so glad you're with us. No snarky comments from me yet. Anyway, what about RCR getting Busch a backup car? Kyle Busch hard crash in practice earlier today for the Cup race. They'll have a backup car out. He'll start at the tail end of the field because of that. Let's see. Let's run the bottom, y'all. Victory lane awaits Allgaier, says Regine.
Thanks to you for putting all in there so everybody can get that properly pronounced.
Yes, exactly right. As our leader Connor Zilich, Seth, has a bit of trouble getting around the Garrett Smidley automobile.
Does get around Garrett Smidley as Zilich now works his way out of turns 3 and 4. Jesse Love will now have to deal with that number 14 car.
So Zilich has lost a tick of his lead here because he had some issues getting around Smidley in turn number 1. May have been more dramatic than we let on. Thought he was just getting held up a bit, but perhaps he got held up more than we thought, and maybe we're about to see proof of that, Seth. Oh yeah, he was really getting held up by Garrett.
Whoa.
And he let Garrett know about it.
Yeah. Like, Garrett, I'm going 20 miles an hour faster than you. Get the hint.
So, Zilich not wasting time getting through some of this traffic, that's for sure. Who has led just about from the start. He led lap 2 after starting third, just got around Mason Massey to put the 45 car lap down. Zilich across the line, 40 laps are complete. There are 20 laps remaining in stage 1. 3/4 of a second is lead on Love. Love then has 2 full seconds back to Sam Mayer in third.
Then it's William Sawalich, Ross Chastain, Carson Quaffle, Carson Hocevar, Harrison Burton, Daniel Dye, Justin Allgaier, your top 10. Speaking of Harrison Burton and Daniel Dye, that battle for 8th on. Burton's car looks a little bit out of shape as Dye goes to the inside.
And Daniel Dye's car looks pretty good here at the start, unable to move up alongside Burton at the start-finish line, but these two have had really good starts, and of course, as we know, Seth, any kind of stage points for the 25 team would be huge. Now, the car that just will not slow down is 54, Taylor Gray.
Just took another spot by Christian Eckes on the back straightaway, so he is flying as we pick up the Burton and Dye battle.
This is for 8th. Again, Dye out of turn 4, unable to pull up alongside Burton. Stays in his tire tracks as they shoot back to turn 1.
They dive into that number 1 corner. Burton stays just ahead of Dye on the back straight. Now Burton again. That car just looks a little bit wobbly. Like it just will not sit still. Like it'll go be loose. It'll bounce one way and it'll bounce another. So some issues for car 25.
Meanwhile, for you Austin Dillon fans, he did stay on the lead lap despite his spin, but he's struggling to get through traffic. He's 28th after that lap 2 spin with Ryan Sieg, but Dillon is still on the lead lap. For Ryan Sieg, however, Seth, he has moved up quite well after the spin. He's up to 16th. Of course, that's... all that spin did for Ryan Sieg, Seth, was just put him in a position that he's very used to, starting the race towards the back of the field, so he has plenty of cars to pass.
Yeah, and again, we'll tell you fastest in the morning practice earlier today, so there's some speed in that car, and you put some fresh tires on there, and it'll fly through. Taylor Gray just took another spot. He got around Corey Day in that number 17 machine, so he's wasting no time, up to 13th now, and speaking of Austin Dillon, he's about to get lapped on the exit of turn 2. Blaine Perkins, the car that is ahead of Connor Zilich now on the back straightaway. Zilich now trying to get to the bumper of Perkins, and he'll go inside. Joey Gase, look out. Or no, Tomasi, look out.
Yeah, Tomasi is way, way off the pace and should probably be called in at this point. Oh, let's hope not. At least he is staying out of the way as Zilich does get around Perkins.
Oh, Lord. And here is Zilich as he works through turns 3 and 4. A smooth operator.
Well, yeah, and I think smooth, the word that you just used, is the word that everyone uses when they talk about Connor Zilich. He is still a teenager and still has more than a year left of being a teenager. But yet he's so much more mature than a teenager normally is behind the wheel of a vehicle in a series like this. He is so smooth, so mature, so calculated. This is why everyone just watches this guy and thinks, good gracious, this is the future, Seth. And when we say future, probably the next 20, 25 years of the sport is Connor Zilich.
Absolutely. As that's another look at the early incident between Hill and... Not Hill. I knew I was going to do that at least once. Dillon and Sieg. Now, Hill is in his rightful place for this weekend on the couch. So getting into that's our only caution for incident so far. And now Dillon has just been lapped.
By the way, I've always thought about this, by the way. When a driver gets suspended, his rightful place shouldn't be the couch at home. His rightful place should be on the hauler. He shouldn't be able to fly to the racetrack. He should have to ride in a hauler to the racetrack, and he should have to help pit the car over the weekend. That should be the punishment, not sitting in the air-conditioned mansion that he probably owns somewhere in North Carolina, more than likely near Welcome.
You know what? That's a pretty good idea. Whoa, look at this battle here.
Now, Daniel Dye and Harrison Burton have been tied together with a very short string for quite a few laps here, Seth.
Burton and Dye continue after that 8th position as Thomas Annunziata gets out of their way. Dye gets into Burton in 4.
Yeah, both running the very bottom to try to get around Annunziata, and Dye just gave Burton a love tap to try to move him up the banking. He does, and now Dye will use Annunziata as a pick to make the pass.
To move Daniel Dye to P8, Dye had a good run, had some solid runs. It was in the playoff mix through the spring, but that team really hasn't recovered from a bad race at Charlotte and then a disqualification in Nashville.
Justin Allgaier moving right in on this battle, too, behind Dye and Burton. This is at the tail end of the top 10. That Dye pass moving him up into the 8th position. Burton trying to protect 9th.
Yep, and whoa, goes from top to bottom. I don't know if he intended for that to happen, to be honest with you. Again, that car just, they're going to need all kinds of adjustments when they come to pit road. Justin Allgaier now putting the pressure on. 9th place, the battle in 4.
Allgaier right underneath the spoiler of Burton out of turn 4. Further up, a fight for 3rd begins to build up. Ross Chastain looking at the bumper cover of Sam Mayer.
3rd place, the battle as they head down. Ooh, Chastain, like he got a little sideways out of 2. Here he goes to the bumper of Sam Mayer. Chastain is close. Will he have a chance on the inside? Not quite. Oh, yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, Mayer swings it wide out of turn 4. Chastain will fall back in line behind him. And as those two continue to scrap, William Sawalich gets closer.
Indeed, so it could be a little fun little battle there at the end of the stage as Chastain now tries to go inside of Mayer. Now he's going to tuck back in line behind him. So Mayer ahead of Chastain for third.
And Chastain making that bottom work for him as he wraps the bottom off turn 4. This time on the main stretch, he does pull up alongside Mayer. 3 lap cars just ahead of these two as the battle for third carries on.
Great drive on the inside by Chastain, and he should be clear. We think he's clear. We know he's clear now, as Mayer will try to fight back.
Good job, Seth. We do love the tap dancing around here. Well, we don't love it, but we have to do it. So Chastain does make the pass for the third position.
That's the only time I'll ever be accused of being a good dancer.
We're down to 4 to go.
The world's fattest tap dancer.
In the stage, good Lord.
Damn it, Bobby, that King of the Hill 53 car.
Oh, boy, I didn't know how long it would be this weekend until we got to this, because that livery is on the Joey Gase car for today and tomorrow. But yes, King of the Hill is on the Joey Gase cars here this weekend.
I'm going to take a wild guess, Matthew. You've never seen an episode of
No,
King of the Hill?
Sure haven't.
Well, let me tell you, there's a character on there named Boomhauer, and I swear to God, literally, this is how he talks. Hey, man, you get that dang dope thing up there, man. Dang dope thing. Yo, that car on the inside. Boom, man. You can look him up on YouTube. I'm not exaggerating.
And now is officially the time that JT begins to question his life choices. 2 to go in the stage, and a fight for 5th is beginning in turn 2.
I think he did that. I think he does that when he stays up as Quapple and Sawalich make contact on the back straightaway. Hocevar's in there too. Perkins gets way high to get out of the way.
Yeah, 3 wide with the lapped car of Perkins. Meanwhile, Connor Zilic has started the last lap of the stage here, which is lap 60 of the race. A lot of hard racing going on about 7 seconds back of him, but we'll follow Zilic as he goes towards turns 3 and 4 here, Seth.
Yep, all Connor Zilic. He'll try to put it up on Jeremy Clements before he gets back to the line.
Stage flag is waving, and for the 5th time this season, Connor Zilic is under it first. He wins Stage 1 in Iowa from Jesse Love 2nd. Ross Chastain will be scored 3rd. Sam Mayer is 4th. William Sawalich is 5th. Rest of the points-paying positions go to Carson Quaffle, Carson Hocevar, Daniel Dye, Harrison Burton, and Justin Allgaier. Playoff point for Zilic with the stage win, and 2 very important points for Harrison Burton, finishing 9th in the stage. So stage 1 complete in the Hy-Vee Perks 250.
Don't you think he technically questions his life choices when he stays up all hours of the night watching God knows what series?
And for goodness sakes...
You know what? You know what I think it is? I think he just worships Matt White, and he's his personal hero. He wants to watch as many races as he does.
Perhaps you have hit the nail on the head.
Stage 1 is done, and it's time for On This Day in Racing History on the Ultimate Sports Radio Network.
And today that is handled by Seth, as it is an Xfinity Series Saturday, and we'll get this done before Pit Road gets open this time, Seth. It's August 2nd.
August 2nd, all right. One birthday today, rest in peace, born on this day in 1963, Harris Devane.
Oh, boy.
Most recent Xfinity Series race on this day was here back when it was the Nationwide Series in 2014 when Brad Keselowski won the U.S. Cellular 250. Speaking of Brad Keselowski, he won the most recent Cup race on this day, winning the Foxwoods Resort Casino 301 at New Hampshire. Also on this day was Lewis Hamilton winning the British Grand Prix. Elio Castroneves and Ricky Taylor won the IMSA race at Road America. On this day in 2015, oh God. I'm just going to say it, Matthew, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Matt Kenseth wins the Windows 10 400 at Pocono.
His 3rd win at Pocono, as he comes across the line and says, wow, we finally got a win at Pocono. Boy, that went so well.
Yeah, everybody running out of food.
Was that...
Josh, look, you wanted to say something.
Was that the Windows 10 400?
That's...
Does,
yes.
does that mean that when they went green, they had the startup sound, and when they went checkered, they had the shutdown sound?
I don't know.
I guarantee you Rick Allen made weird sounds during the race, but I don't know if he made those sounds.
I mentioned Keselowski in 2014. Also on this day in 2014, Austin Dillon won the Pocono Mountains 150 for the Truck Series. On this day in 2008, Justin Allgaier won an ARCA race at Pocono. And we raced in the rain at Montreal for the Xfinity Series. Ron Fellows won.
Yeah, we raced in the rain, and then it rained even harder, and they weren't able to complete it.
On this day in 2003, Jimmy Johnson won from California, won the IROC at Indianapolis.
The IROC.
Also on this day in 2003 at IRP, Brian Vickers won the Kroger 200. On this day in 2002, Terry Cook won the Truck Series Power Stroke Diesel 200 at IRP.
Wow.
You think that's big. Just what Josh is really going to get creeped out when he hears this, but you'll get it, Matthew. On this day in 1998, that cutie patootie Andy Houston won the Pennzoil VIP Auto Discount triple header for the Truck Series at New Hampshire.
Boy, there ain't no way in hell we're telling that story on the air, brother. Ain't doing it. Ain't doing it.
No.
Some things are not meant for live airwaves. Oh, my Lord.
Mika Häkkinen won the German Grand Prix.
Mika Häkkinen
in 1998. On this day in 1997, Ricky Rudd won the 4th Brickyard 400. The last flag was white, wash day white. This one has the black checks, too.
Yes, very good.
What a call.
Mike Joy, baby. Pit road getting open, Seth. We'll pause and we'll restart after the pit stops. Maybe we'll get pit reports. I guess we will, because we're not on Fox. Not on FOX. We're on CW.
Go to Progressive Pit Road. Connor Silich leading them down.
Progressive Pit Road.
Yeah, and his teammate Ross Chastain, top of your screen, said almost wheel hopping, tight center, tight on throttle, could use a little bit more turn. They will take tires, fuel, make a slight air pressure adjustment on that 9 car. You see Connor Silich there in the middle. Little free in and a little tight center, but he said, I don't want to be any freer in. It's very close. Just couldn't quite get into the corner as hard as he wanted. Really good off, though, so no major adjustments there for Connor Silich, Dylan.
Jesse Love had reported that he was tight in the center, but his crew chief Danny Stockman countered and said, I think your center roll speed is too fast, which may have been hurting your throttle pickup point. They'll make an air pressure adjustment just to help with that. You saw Sam Mayer there. Looked like he overshot his pit box at the very end of pit road. His report was just that he was tight from the center off in the corner. Chassis adjustment, 4 tires and fuel.
Jesse Love jumps Connor Silich on the exit of pit road. So it will be Love back with the lead when we restart. I have no idea where Sam Mayer was going. Good gracious. Oh, my Lord. Wow. He really took out a crew member. He overshot the box by half a mile. Now Thank you. All right, Seth, pick up, please, from the 1997 Brickyard 400.
How about the 1992 kart race at Michigan? The Marlboro 500, won by Scott Goodyear.
Talk about something you will never hear again, the Marlboro 500.
Let's see, other notable winners. Michael Andretti also won a Marlboro 500 at Michigan on this day in 1987.
Connor Silich is on pit road again. Sorry to interrupt. I think they thought they had a loose wheel on the left side, so they just tightened the left side lug nut. So Silich, the Stage 1 winner, is going to have to start at the back.
That'll be fun.
That'll be fun. Carry on.
On this day in 1981, Ron Bouchard snookers 2 veterans to win the Talladega 500.
Oh, Darrell Waltrip tells the story all the time. He was side by side with Terry Labonte coming to the flag, and he thought he only had to worry about Labonte. So Darrell's looking to his right, and then he crosses the line. He's ahead of Labonte. He thinks he won the race. He didn't even notice Ron Bouchard to his left.
Let's see. Richard Petty won the... Here's another one that'll never be heard again. Richard Petty won the Dixie 500 at Atlanta on this day in 1970.
That is
true.
true.
In 1964. Petty also won the 1964 Nashville 400. And on this day in 1953, Herb Thomas won the Grand National race at Davenport Speedway in 1953. So that's a hot lap. And Josh, I promise you when we get off the air, we will tell that story.
Yes. All right. What was that? What did I forget? What was that, JT?
And since Matthew has forgotten to press the thing, I will do it just for you. And that was your On This Day in Racing History on USRN. Back to Matthew Owens.
That's right. I tend to forget that these days. Thank you. Thank you. Whatever
the only thing about it was he wasn't screaming like Screaming Dan was.
Screaming Dan, that's right. So, okay, here's the Pep Boys quiz of the day. Release the doc. Cue the
Where's
doc.
Where's that money? Where's Pep Boys' money if we're going to sponsor it?
Yeah, no kidding. All right, Connor Zilic has won 3 straight races in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Today he goes for 4 straight. Only 2 drivers have ever won 4 straight NASCAR Xfinity Series races. Do you know who they are? Please answer in the form of a question.
Oh, God. Can I participate?
Oh, anybody, yes, absolutely.
I didn't know if it was like for the chat or for whatever. The 2 drivers who've won 4 Xfinity races in a row. Is that what you're asking, right?
Correct.
I'm going to go with a man who owned an entire month and a man who has been in the news a lot for his opinions lately. Who are Mark Martin and Harry Gant?
No. 0 for 2.
Wow. You mean to tell me Mark Martin never won 4 races in a row when he drove the Winn-Dixie car?
Now, I will grant you that it is very possible that both of those guys may have won 4 straight starts. I don't know that, but they did not win 4 straight
good
races.
Point. We didn't have that many companion events back today. Good catch. Okay. Oh boy. Who is Dale Earnhardt Jr.?
No. No, I wouldn't have asked it.
Touche. Oh Lord. That wasn't 4.
We'll come back.
Man.
We'll come back to it. We'll wait. We'll wait for some. Yeah. You're very welcome. We'll wait for some others maybe in the chat to answer, and we'll hit it up at the end of stage 2.
Okay.
And I believe in my heart of hearts that our GOAT, Bill Weber, could have absolutely hosted Jeopardy.
Put the questions on the board in. Now it's time for Final Jeopardy.
Wow. Is that double Jeopardy?
Yes. Wow. Looks like you picked the wrong one.
Here comes the field.
Now it's time for the Daily Double.
Here comes the field for the restart. God bless. Where do we go sometimes? Green flag up in the air. Jesse Love and Ross Chastain stack it up on the front row, and they begin the Oklahoma Land Rush to turn 1, nose to nose and wheel to wheel.
He says as we race in Iowa, Jesse Love outside should clear Chastain, and he will. The pole sitter, Jesse Love, back to the top spot with Sawalich and Allgaier bowing 3 wide further back. Taylor Gray making moves yet again. That car is fast.
Justin Allgaier, twitchy between cars in turns 3 and 4, has to bail out of the throttle. Taylor Gray does indeed get around him. Now he'll try to go after Harrison Burton in turn 1. He can't do it. Harrison strong in turn 2.
Very strong indeed is Harrison Burton. Tucks back in line. Meanwhile, Corey Day and Nick Sanchez battle. Sam Mayer, a big head of steam. And Connor Zilic trying to thread the needle between Justin Bonsignor and Matt DiBenedetto.
Wow, Connor Zilic stuck in a thicket of vehicles as he tries to make up lost ground after having a loose wheel under caution after the pit stop. He's to the inside of the modified champion 4 times over, Justin Bonsignor.
Meanwhile, Zilic now feeling the heat from Parker Retzloff in that number 4 machine. Here he goes to the inside. Further back, you got Kyle Sieg and Leland Honeyman running side by side.
Zilic climbs the banking off of turn 4, slides up in front of Matt DiBenedetto, just able to make that pass without taking contact. Now he'll dive into turn 1 and pass Bonsignor.
Zilich, no doubt, on the move. Next on his hit parade will be Brennan Poole as they go down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Zilich trying to reel him in. As we watch this, what are we looking for here? This was, Christian Eckes had a D-do moment.
Yeah, he walked it up the racetrack. May have took some contact from Sam Mayer there off the restart. Of course, we were doing on this day in racing history. Did not give us the opportunity to say, with that loose wheel, Connor Zilich, I'm afraid to say, will not win 4 in a row today.
Hold up here. Yes, Newton Bakery. Yes, I'm gonna need a big yellow and red cake delivered up to the broadcast booth. No special occasion.
Sam Mayer's still on the move, Seth.
We'll
He tried
explain
to get
that
around
later
Quaffle.
too. Boy, one car off the pace, big time on the back straightaway.
We will explain that later. We absolutely will explain that one later.
We got 2 things to explain to Josh after the race.
Yeah, they're starting to load up. Here's Mayer right underneath the spoiler of Quaffle out of turn 4. Ryan Sieg is in all of this. Sieg trying to pick his way through traffic. Yes, JT?
I also have something to show you as well, so it isn't just you.
We're going to be here an hour after the race finishes.
He's going to show us his 45 monitors. Good God.
I have my over-under set at 42.5.
That wasn't it, but I can show you that as well. Anyway, we are side by side, so I'll shut up.
Me and my big mouth as Sam Mayer outside of Ryan Sieg. Meanwhile, Sheldon Creed and Carson Hocevar side by side through 4.
That is at the 5th position, and just behind, William Sawalich having another terrific run. It was just a nightmare start to the season for young Sawalich, but he straightened it up, hasn't he, Seth? 3 straight top 10s, and he runs 4th at the moment.
Yeah, was in position to win last week at Indy, so perhaps that team has turned a corner, although they're going to need to turn that corner into a win if he wants to compete for a championship this year.
Teenager from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, is William Sawalich. Yeah, yes, indeed.
Does he get to Florida Rosedale if he wins this race?
That's a really good question.
I'm going to explain that one to Josh later too. That will be yeah. I'll even show him. I'll even send him the picture of what the Florida Rosedale is. I guarantee you, he'll say that is the most American thing ever.
We're gonna have to start writing things down on what's on this list.
Don't worry, my steel trap mine will remember it.
That's right. Battle on, perhaps for the lead in turn 2.
We try to do our actual jobs. Ross Chastain, great run out of turn 2, closes right to the back bumper of Jesse Love. Into turn 3, it's Love by half a car length, but Chastain is right there.
2 Chevrolet Camaros wind it up out of turn number 4. Love, the winner at Daytona in the season opener, crosses the line. His lead on Ross Chastain is only about 3 yards as they race back to turn 2.
Here is Chastain to the inside of Jesse Love. Love will stay in front of him 3 yards. That reminds me, in the Florida Rosedale, it also reminds me to tell you, Matthew, that was not a fair catch from Cooper DeJean.
Here's Love back to the main straightaway across the line with Chastain putting more and more pressure on him, and Brandon Jones is third, only about 5 car lengths back.
So here is Chastain diving to the inside. It's time for all this day in educating JT in America as Chastain gets Love a little loose, perhaps.
Ross Chastain, the interloper of the day, along with Austin Dillon. Of course, Dillon didn't choose to run this race.
Hocevar as well, don't forget.
Oh, that's true, yep. That's right, as Chastain digs his way underneath Love and takes the lead in turn 2.
So, new leader at Iowa, and it's the man from Florida, Ross Chastain. And here's Taylor Gray to the inside of Josh Williams. Now, here's one that you'll get to, Matthew. Ross Chastain's from Florida and reportedly is a big Gator fan. Does he win the Outback Bowl if he wins this race?
No,
There's 2 men in that game, a time or 3.
I think that's ReliaQuest these days.
Oh, yes, ReliaQuest.
Whatever the hell that is.
I'm guessing it's insurance. We see Josh's Ziggo 25-screen setup.
Meanwhile, since Chastain has taken the lead from Love, Love has fallen into the clutches of Brandon Jones. That's the battle for second as they hit turn 2.
Yeah, good battle going on here between Love and Jones. Young X-Ray, look out, Dawson Cram merging at the worst possible time. They get by him, though. Real quick, top 10, Ross Chastain, Jesse Love, Brandon Jones, William Sawallet, Sheldon Creed, Taylor Gray, Arsen Hocevar, Harrison Burton, Justin Allgaier, and Sam Mayer.
And that battle for 8th between Burton and Allgaier is a tight one, and Sam Mayer, in fact, is closing right in on it. Mayer losing ground on pit road, Seth, when he overshot his pit box.
Yeah, I mean, look, Creed got the wall a little bit off it, too, and that's going to allow Taylor Gray to try and make the move for 5th place. Here's Brandon Jones to Jesse Love's bumper.
Got a blowtorch to the back of the bumper cover of Jesse Love's red and white number 2, and Brandon Jones massages his way around Love and into 2nd.
So it's Brandon Jones to P2, and he takes the 2nd position, the Darlington winner from earlier this year. Brandon Jones now to 2nd place.
So Jones to 2nd in the Toyota Supra for Joe Gibbs Racing. Joe Gibbs' cars running 2nd and 4th as we speak in Jones and Sawallich. As Ross Chastain has taken over the lead, the 2nd stage, just as it was in the 1st, is 60 laps, and we are just about halfway through this 2nd 60-lap run. The final stage will go more than double that length at 130 laps. So Ross Chastain for Kelly Earnhardt Miller's team shows the way here in Iowa. The fight is on the main straightaway, crossing the line for 9th. Sam Mayer and Justin Allgaier battling into turn number 1.
Good battle there between Mayer and Allgaier as they exit turn 2. Caution on the speedway.
Well, Ryan Ellis has spun off turn 4. And the caution comes out. What did you just say in the chat?
He said something about the next caution. He had something very American to talk about.
Oh, well, there's the caution then. You brought it on yourself. You can't blame Omi for that one. Blame yourself for that one.
He don't ever blame himself.
I was writing the message. When I started writing the message...
Whoa!
Oh.
Go ahead. Synchronized spinning. I thought the Olympics were last year, but anyway.
But yeah, I started writing the message. It was green, and then in the middle of writing the message, the flag went yellow, so I just continued writing it, and I just sent it.
Oh, well, so Ryan Ellis spinning, bringing out just our 2nd caution for cause. And it looked like, Seth, he had also made contact as he was getting into his spin with the Anthony Alfredo car, I believe that was.
Yeah, indeed. And they both went for a spin. All right. Well, I know Josh has his American story, but I'm about to... I said I was going to send this to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, American football... The collegiate, or university, as you call it, American football,
American
rather
football
popular.
Or soccer? Proper football.
Yeah, it's American football.
Okay.
It's hand-egg, as some of you give it the nickname.
I have never heard it be called that before.
I've heard a lot of British people call that in a snarky way. I was looking for the right word there. Okay, the college game. Not as popular, but rather popular here. Then again, nothing's as popular as the NFL over here. But anyway, but they have some good rivalry games, and they play for some weird trophies. I mentioned the Floyd of Rosedale between the University of Minnesota and the University of Iowa. Into the chat now goes the trophy, Josh. And yes.
Go on.
That is a bronze pig that they play for.
Hold on. Did you send
the winner of that game plays for a bronze pig?
That's not the worst one I've seen.
That's a ringing endorsement of the Floyd.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's my 2nd favorite rivalry trophy. My favorite, this is really something considering I don't particularly like one of the teams, is Memphis and UAB, the battle for the bones.
Is it just a massive skull head?
No, so both cities, Memphis and UAB, are Memphis, Tennessee, and Birmingham, Alabama. That's Birmingham, not Birmingham.
Okay, thank you for saying where it was from, because I was like, UAB, what? But yes, okay.
They both are really big barbecue cities, and barbecue ribs obviously a very popular food.
Is it a massive barbecue grill?
No. Everybody gets that confused. No, we're talking actually. This is different. We're not talking about the barbecue grill. We're talking about something called. There's actual foods like pork barbecue and barbecue ribs are very popular barbecue dishes in both Memphis and Birmingham. So now into the chat is the Battle for the Bones rack of rib bones that they play for.
Why?
Why not?
Anyway.
Because college football.
The American
it's so stupid,
thing
yet we love it.
that I would like to talk about, and you have no say in what I'm going to say anyway.
Yeah, you need to talk. Yeah, what was you going to talk about? Hit it.
The most American thing that I have seen in the past couple of hours is whoever thought it would be a good idea to, oh look, we've got a racetrack. Let's put a massive baseball field in the middle of it.
Oh boy. I was saving that for Wide World of Sports, but thank you, Josh.
Why?
That is happening. That is happening. Yes, tonight. Josh, you gonna stay up and watch it?
They had an American football game in there too, almost 10 years ago.
NFL I can see because the infield of a oval is the shape of an NFL field, but a baseball... Okay, I'm not even going there.
I'm going to have to change this chat. JT's education to stupid NASCAR commentary and stupid college football trophies.
So, are you going to stay up and watch it?
What time does it start?
It starts at 7.
7:15 American time.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Eastern?
American Eastern.
Eastern.
Yeah.
Okay.
12:15 a.m. your time. That's nothing for you.
I will be off at that time. Will I put it on my 16 screen? Maybe. We have just gotten a 1 to go, by the way. We are getting it next time. Bye.
I mean, it's not like you're going to watch that baseball game and confuse either of the teams with, golden level baseball teams. Not exactly good teams playing.
I'll say this, Matthew, and assuming that this is who's doing it, if he turns the sound up, I will be serious and say he gets to hear a golden level commentator.
Oh, hell yeah.
Best in the business. Joe Davis. You think Joe Davis ever thought he'd be calling it something from Bristol Motor Speedway in his life? I
throw the fader up and I hear Mr. Joshua Birch. Please, no, that is the worst thing ever.
Whoa!
Okay.
His channel!
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Okay,
Someone just got banned from future streams.
Boy, he will be towed.
But yes, if you, because I have to assume that there's you use the American feed, and Joe Davis is the best in the business. So
yes, indeed.
I am serious when we talk about that. But anyway, ready to go here. Chastain and Jesse Love on the front row. There'll be 24 laps to go in the stage when they get the green flag.
Then again, can we get Joshua Birch commentating a baseball game? Because that could be interesting.
Oh, I mean, it'd be interesting, all right. I guarantee you that.
It'd be the British version of the guy who did the World Series in 2018 for us, Matthew.
Green flag in the air. Shut up. As Ross Chastain takes off from the outside of row 1, they're 4 wide further back. Harrison Burton getting bullied around.
Yeah, he's dropping like a rock. It's Ross Chastain, Brandon Jones, Jesse Love, first side-by-side battle at 4th between William Sawallich and Taylor Gray, the 2 Gibbs teammates.
Connor Zilic trying to make up lost ground after the loose wheel that he had at the end of stage 1. He climbed all the way up to 13th before the caution, but he's in a lot of traffic here. Justin Allgaier to his right, and he walks up and he gets into his teammate Allgaier. That stacks him up 3 wide behind.
Well, he didn't wreck there. I'll never know. Daniel Dye, the big loser in that kerfuffle. Here is Zilic to the inside of Allgaier. Dye now trying to regain lost ground as Poole and Bonsignor get by him for the lead.
Meanwhile, at the front, Brandon Jones all over the back of Ross Chastain. They go into turn 1. Chastain holds the lead for now.
So Ross Chastain with the lead as we get another look
again
at this Oh My Heart moment.
Treacherous turns 1 and 2. I tell you, it's been catching everyone out all day, no matter what car you're driving, Xfinity or Cup. And Allgaier, who last week had a similar thing happen to him with Kyle Larson, a quasi-teammate. This time he gets run into by an actual teammate in Zilich, who couldn't hold it to his inside. So Zilich and Allgaier survive that. At the front, it's still Chastain holding on to a tenuous lead on Brandon Jones. Jesse Love has fallen well back. Sam Mayer, William Sawalich, and now Taylor Gray will all get around Love. What in the world happened to the number 2 of Jesse Love going into turn 1? Oh, the bump and run from Sam Mayer.
Sam Mayer happened. That's what. You know, they were 4 wide back there behind that. Here's Sheldon Creed to the inside of his old ride. And he's going to get that 6th spot. Yeah, oh boy, Love is all kind of loose.
Handful of wheel there for Jesse Love out of turn 4. They're 3 wide at the start-finish line. Hocevar, Quaffle, and Sieg. Christian Eckes is in it as well.
Yeah, this was the battle that was 4 wide a minute ago. I was referencing Ryan Sieg ahead of this pack. This is back at 10th. Stage point up for grabs here. Sieg and Quaffle could really use that. Here's Eckes and Hocevar. The 2 Aulet cars go side by side.
Connor Zilich is just off the back of this, along with Justin Allgaier and Justin Bonsignor. Meanwhile, at the front, Taylor Gray is staying on the move. He's staying aggressive, trying to get around a teammate.
Yep, to the inside of William Sawalich on the back straightaway. Here is Gray to the inside. That car's got some Iowa Hawkeye color to it, so he's up to 4th.
Slide job engaged to get around Sawalich. All 3 of the Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas are in the top 5. Brandon Jones 2nd, Taylor Gray 4th, William Sawalich 5th. Connor Zilich is still finding life in the middle of the pack. Difficult set. Daniel Dye just dive-bombed him.
Yeah, he did. He's got Iowa State-like colors this weekend, which I guess you could say the same about Zilich, too, for that matter. So Dye staying ahead of Zilich in turns 3 and 4. Is there a purple car in the field? Then we'd have Northern Iowa covered.
Ali Farouk-Manesh on line 1.
And Paul Jefferson on line 2.
That's right. 3 wide in turn 1, right ahead of Zilich. Bonsignor aggressive.
Oh, how about that move there by Bonsignor? He'll be clear of Allgaier. Now Zilich and Dye continue to go side by side. Dye packs it into turn 3. Zilich, though, fights back on the outside.
Well, everybody's been debating this week. Do you call this a short track? Do you call it an intermediate? What do you call it? I call it entertaining. My goodness. It's been terrific since the dropping of the green flag.
Excellent racing here at the Iowa Speedway as always. As Dye goes to the inside, or try to go to the inside of Zilich. He's right there. Zilich inside. Not quite.
So Zilich will stay just ahead of the Floridian Daniel Dye. He'll try to go after Justin Allgaier again after those 2 had contact just a few laps ago. Wow, Zilich is sideways in turn 2. How did he save it?
That is an unreal save from one of the best of the bestest, Connor Zilich. Now, here he goes to the trying to regain that lost ground.
So Dye gets around him as Zilich made just an unbelievable save. Parker Retzlaff coils up on his back bumper now. I don't think there was contact. No, there wasn't. Zilich just lost control. How he didn't lose control completely is unbelievable to me. What a save.
That's nuts. A lot of drivers in the not to be too disparaging. There's a lot of drivers in the field that would have wrecked that car.
He's incredible. He is just incredible. He has finished in the top 5 in 9 consecutive races, and he's won 3 consecutive races. And right now, he's really struggling with the handling of his car now that he's lost track position and that he's deep in the field. He restarted 13th. He's actually fallen back to 17th.
Yep, so, might have to tell him to cancel that cake order, but, which means he's only going to get here faster, let's pick up that battle for 11, Sanchez and Hocevar.
Nick Sanchez, the Atlanta winner, with that creamsicle orange and white number 48 for the Big Machine Racing team, holding on to the spot. Carson Hocevar is the one trying to get around him.
Yeah, usually when Iowa plays a creamsicle orange and white team, that doesn't work out very well. 2 bowl games in the last decade and a women's basketball game in a first 4 game proved that. Josh wants cake.
Well, you never know. Some may show up again.
That might be in the out of context clip.
9 laps to go in stage 2. Hold on. Hold the phone. There we go. We got it. Thank you. Carry on. As we're down to 8 laps to go now in stage number 2. Ross Chastain.
I was like, what are you looking at? But
yeah. Ross Chastain leads by nearly 1 second on Brandon Jones. Sam Mayer and Taylor Gray are close together at 3rd and 4th. William Sawalich is 5th.
I used to be like Cookie Monster. Me have donut downstairs, which is not the same as cake, but still. He drew inspiration from Cookie Monster's appearance at the Brickyard last week.
Which TV never showed. Tyler Tomasi getting passed again. Nothing new there today, unfortunately, for I'm sure what is a fine young driver who has been put in a pig of a race car.
When we answer that question for Josh, he mentioned in the chat about driver's seat car. Did he forget the magic word? No, I'm not going to do it. Matthew, you're the mayor/oracle of the Speedway. You tell them why the Grand Marshal says drivers to your cars, not the other thing at that racetrack.
Well, yes. So, drivers start your engines supposed to be said by a member of the owning family of the racetrack. Going back to the Holmans and so on, Eddie Rickenbacker back even further than that, and then eventually Roger Penske. But somewhere down the line, we lost our way in NASCAR land. Of course, you knew that because we went away from the oval for a few years. But yes, now they just let anyone say, start your engines for the Brickyard 400 of the Pennzoil 250. Whoever gave it for the Pennzoil 250 Xfinity race last week, I don't know who the hell he was, who the hell he was there representing, but he was boring as hell. Start your engines. Okay. Thanks, Chief. Anyway.
But yes, normally it's
that's
a
my
member
soliloquy.
Normally it's supposed to be a member of the track, a family of the track that does the command was what we were going for there. But
yeah,
I didn't know I was opening the door to another Matthew soliloquy rant.
You just never know when it's going to come, do you?
Oh, definitely not.
Meanwhile, a change at 3rd. Taylor Gray has gotten by Sam Mayer. Gray may have the best car in the race, up to the 3rd position after starting 36th on the grid. We're down to 2 to go in the stage, and up front, Seth, it's getting tighter between Chastain and Jones.
Yeah, it is. So might need to get a camera on that, as it's only about 3 car lengths separation between Ross Chastain and Brandon Jones. There you go.
And as they come up out of turn number 4, they cross the line, and we're on the final lap of stage 2. Brandon Jones is playoff eligible through a win at Darlington, so a playoff point for winning the stage would be big for him.
Yeah, probably too far back to make a move. You don't want to risk losing the race by making an overly aggressive dive bomb move. So it's a comfortable lead for Chastain by about 2 car lengths over Jones as they exit 4.
Green and white checkered flag waving at the start-finish line. Ross Chastain scores the Stage 2 victory. Brandon Jones is 3rd. Gray is 4th. Taylor Gray is 3rd, thank you. Sam Mayer is 4th. William Sawalich 5th. Sheldon Creed, Jesse Love, Harrison Burton, Carson Quaffle winding out the points-paying positions along with Ryan Sieg in 10th. So, Stage 2 in the books here in Iowa in the Hy-Vee Perks 250 from Newton, Iowa. And I just know somewhere behind the scenes, our guy Joshua Birch would absolutely love for on JBM an Xfinity Series race to be won by a Cup regular. Oh, he would love it.
Oh, yeah, he would.
Speaking of JBM in the chat, DT78 says Zilich might be the one to dethrone Allgaier. Absolutely, getting closer and closer over the last handful of weeks.
Closer and closer.
Thank you.
What was it? Hold on, let's see what did Josh say? He said, And now it's time for the Stage 2 break mess around time. Woo!
But then again, right, guys, we are talking about Joshua Birch, the same person who said that if there is rain with 4 laps to go of the Brickyard 400, that they should just call it there.
Yes, he did say that.
And then we tried to say it's the Brickyard. Well, then no, you said it was the Brickyard 400, not the Brickyard 363 or whatever it ended up to be. Well, it's 4 laps, 10 miles plus overtime, so yeah, something like that.
I just threw out a random number. I wasn't doing any math. I don't do math.
Well, at that point, it would have
there
been
would be no math here.
The Brickyard 390, because 4 laps, that's 2.5 miles, 10.
That's
plus
right.
overtime. But yeah, that was probably a lot of wild things has come out of Birch's mouth.
Well, I was also told by a little birdie that while we were going after the rain delay and when we were going through 2 overtimes, I was told by a little birdie that in the grid chat, he said, put a line going into turn 3, and once we cross the line, if a caution comes out, the race is over. JB, I love you. No, we did that once. It was absolutely terrible. I do not want an overtime line again for the rest of my life. The only time I want an overtime line, in fact, is in college football. Overtime starts, let's put the overtime line at the 50 instead of the 25.
Yes.
God almighty, you're in college football, you go to overtime, and magically you get the ball in scoring position, even though you hadn't done shit to get there.
Whoa! Speaking of college football, another trophy for Josh. Another trophy for Josh to put in the chat. Matthew, you'll see it. You ready? Okay. This is the game. I'm about to send it. This is Arkansas and Louisiana State University.
Hey!
You know who made that line famous? It was perfect on both ends to do it. So, also known as LSU. So, LSU and Arkansas. Josh, if you look at a map of America, you'll notice the state of Arkansas and the state of Louisiana, how they're shaped and how they're bordered. This is the trophy they play for. It's coming in. It's called the Battle for the Golden Boot.
Nice. That is basically saying that if you look at a map of the US and you have a look and the state of Kentucky looks like a piece of chicken with the rest of the states looking like a
I've seen that
chef.
many times before. That's a great one. But the chicken word with S, Matthew just said we could use to describe some people in that state. But anyway,
oh, wow. Boy, I tell you.
I was going to
But anyway,
say
seriously,
something,
that's
but then
how
I
the
forgot
states of
about
Arkansas and Louisiana look on the map, and that's what they play for, the Golden Boot.
Nice.
They play for the Golden Boot.
Yep.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Used to be on the day after Thanksgiving. It's a shame.
It did, yes. It's really a shame.
What, like...
They tried it.
Wait. It used to be the day after Thanksgiving, and whoever won it, they were basically being told, you are being booted, get your backside back in the gym, it's after Thanksgiving.
Thank you, JT. Pit road is open.
It's true, though.
Lane all open now, Kim.
Yeah, one of the top-ranked pit crews on that 20 team. Brandon saying pushing through the front tires, still edgy entry, hurt his exit with that last adjustment. Then middle of your screen, Ross Chastain, he said, it's a grip issue, not a balance issue. I don't need any more out of the rear. Managing the rear is the biggest issue. Could use a little bit more turn through the center, and so they'll make just a slight adjustment, Dylan.
Balance is good on the 54. Taylor Gray said he migrated a little bit tighter that run by about half number, but good stability all around. 4 tires and fuel. Sam Mayer on the right of the screen as well said he was tight center off again on this run. Asked for a bigger change if he's going to be able to race the leaders for the win.
Dead even between Brandon Jones and Ross Chastain at pit exit. We'll see who won the race off pit road. They're giving it to Jones. Yeah, they're giving it to the 20. Jones ahead of Chastain, Sawalich, Gray, and Mayer are the first 5 off of pit road. Okay, Here we go.
Oh, trivia question. That's right.
Yeah, we need to finish this off. Only two drivers have ever won 4 straight NASCAR Xfinity Series races. Seth, did we have another guess here before the pay window closes?
I'm gonna go one more. Who is Ryan Newman?
Oh, no.
All right, I think I'm out.
JT, did you have anything on that?
I'm trying to remember. But it's
trying to remember.
Yes. Didn't Noah Gragson do it?
Yes!
Was it 2022?
Yes! Noah! In 2022!
Wow.
Yes, he did! Okay. Wow!
And
that dadgum Noah Gragson!
Didn't another one happen in the 1980s?
Yes.
Was his first name Sam?
Yes!
Okay. Samard.
Samard, 1983.
Okay, so Ari.
Wow.
Okay, look at Josh go.
Look at JT.
Look at him go.
As Mike Joy would always say, or as Daryl and Larry would always say to Jeff Hammond anytime Hammond got the Pet Boys quiz of the day, I think you cheated.
and then after about 15 seconds of dead air, no, I didn't, guys.
And what's going on in the sports world today, Seth?
All right, Major League Baseball, 3 finals today. Tampa Bay beat the Dodgers 4-0. The Orioles beat the Cubs 4-3 at Wrigley. Gunnar Henderson, a 3-run homer in the 8th, helping matters there. And the Blue Jays continue their amazing season. They get 6 innings of work from Max Scherzer. They beat the Royals 4-2. A lot of games in progress. Detroit leads Philadelphia 5-3 in the 8th. Also in the 8th, the Brewers up 5-2 on the Nationals. It's Boston 6-3 over Houston at the end of the 6th, and there might be a problem with Brandon Jones.
Uh-oh.
We'll catch up with that maybe in a minute or maybe now. We'll see. Texas and Seattle tied at 2 in the bottom of the 7th. The Yankees are losing again to the Marlins. 2-0 in the top of the 7th. Mets lead the Giants 5-4, bottom of the 6th. Pete Alonso become the 23rd active player to hit 250 home runs. Minnesota and Cleveland tied at 4 in the top of the 7th. It's another stupid game, Matthew, between Pittsburgh and Colorado.
Brandon Jones
saw that last night.
Speeding to the rear.
Speeding for Jones?
Yep.
Yeah. Did you see that game last night? About that stupid game between the Pirates and the Rockies last night?
Pirates scored 9 in the first inning and lost.
Rockies lead 7-4 in the 7th. They're in a delay. Still a handful of games tonight, including the aforementioned Speedway Classic in Bristol between Atlanta and Cincinnati. Also, the Diamondbacks play the Athletics, White Sox, Angels, and a big game in the NL wildcard race, the Cardinals and the Padres. Getting it on as we... I'm sorry, go on.
Oh yeah, thank you very much for that. We'll hit some others at the next yellow because I'm sure there's more to go. I know for sure there's something to go because we have to alert everybody to what's happening in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yeah, I was going to do golf and then the first day of the League 1 and League 2 seasons.
There you go. So we'll have that for you at the next yellow, which there will certainly be one, surely, right?
Oh,
Sammy Smith has played an off strategy here and gotten to the lead. He's been nowhere near the front today, but he leads as we take the green flag. His teammate Ross Chastain to his inside as the field fans out in turn 1. Sam Mayer stacks it 3 wide for third and nearly loses his car.
And he goes way off the pace, so it's going to be Ross Chastain to the lead, then Sammy Smith, Taylor Gray, William Sawalich, and Jesse Love, the top 5, as Mayer drops back to 6th, 3 wide in the middle of the pack.
3 and almost 4 wide off these restarts, which have been chaotic all day long. Chastain skips away with the lead. New driver at 2nd, that's Taylor Gray, working his way around Sammy Smith.
If you wanted to see what Gray could do up near the front, we're going to get a chance right here as he's up to 2nd. Here's Sawalich to the inside of Love, side by side through 3 and 4.
We're just past the halfway point of the race, but we ended stage 2 just shy of the halfway point of the race, so it took less than half the race for Taylor Gray to move up from 36th to 2nd.
Absolutely amazing drive. As everybody tries to gather around and settle in on the back straightaway, Williams-Sawalich a little loose, lost a spot to Sam Mayer. Now might get swallowed up by both Ryan Sieg and Sheldon Creed.
Yeah, Ryan Sieg has been on the move ever since his lap 2 spin with Austin Dillon. That put him back into the 30s for that next restart. He's up to 8th, looking for 7th on Sawalich.
So here is Sieg now battling inside of Sawalich back there for 7th place on the back straightaway. Sieg second to William Byron here some 8 years ago at Iowa. Having another solid run today.
That was in 2017 in the June race that Byron won and Sieg finished second in.
We did that race, and I called that race with a sprained ankle.
Yeah, that was live right here on the Superstation, WUSRN.
Oh, Lord. Ooh, Carson Hosberg really got in the back of Zilich as Eckes and Bonsignor continue their battle into turns 3 and 4. Here is Hocevar to the inside of Zilich.
Yeah, Zilich is still trying to make up the ground that he lost when he had that loose wheel at the Stage 1 caution. He still hasn't broken into the top 10 since then.
No, he hasn't, so he's had a little bit of problem. I can't wait to hear all the people that hate the Cup racing dirty air but love the Xfinity dirty air defend it, but whatever. You know what I was trying to say there. Eckes, Sanchez, Bonsignor, Zilich, 4 under a blanket.
Zilich right down the middle of the racetrack trying to use some of that banking to get up alongside Bonsignor. Meanwhile, Sam Mayer makes a pass on Carson Quaffle going into turn 1 for 5th.
Battle goes on. Here comes Taylor Gray to the inside of Ross Chastain. Or no, not the inside. He's not that close yet. It's Chastain, though, by a couple of car lengths.
Gray currently owns the Xfinity fastest lap point for this race, and that car has been super fast since the green flag dropped. He's picked up 34 positions, and he's only got 1 more to pass.
So here's Taylor Gray to the inside. There I go saying inside again. I'm working on something if we get another caution, and it happens to be a debris caution. That's why I'm kind of giggling in my head. As Chastain and Gray continue to battle out of 4. Josh might want to cover his ears, though, if it happens.
Please. I'm just praying. I'm just praying. Because I already know what Seth is aiming towards here. And this would be a real catastrophe if this happened.
Corey Day gets into Dean Thompson. And Dean Thompson nearly spun the car. Nearly spins. And the caution is out. I can neither confirm nor deny that an inanimate green object was thrown out onto the racetrack as well. Excuse me, Matthew. An intimate green object.
Okay, thank you.
I tell you what, Day really penetrated the lane trying to get on Thompson, right?
Shut up.
As soon as Seth mentioned when we get another caution, literally as soon as Seth said the word caution, all of my yellow lights went on.
Day gets into Thompson. I'll tell you, Matthew, Day was driving that car. He was running with scissors. Are you there?
I wish I wasn't. We've gone many directions in the history of this network. And I'm willing to admit I've gone many directions in the history. I've went many directions 2 weeks ago at Dover on this network.
So that means you don't get to say shit.
But this is one that is as unlikely as any before it. Yes, the Rich Eisen show had a terrific segment on this very thing after it happened. And yes, the jokes ran wild. My lord. We're under caution in Iowa. Ross Chastain's the leader. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
There's a lot of people that might not know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I guarantee you there are. I guarantee you there's a bunch of people
Probably for
that
the
are
best.
listening to this.
And you're not 18 yet, so it's good that you don't.
I just, wow. Wow.
You really didn't think I'd go there. Come on.
I didn't know. I just didn't know.
Is that the new American Athletic Conference mascot on the pit wall there, that eagle?
Are there any American teams in Iowa?
Oh, no. What I meant was, so you missed this. The league apparently has a new mascot as a part of its new identity.
A new mascot?
Yeah, or a mascot as part of its new identity. It's like Swoop the Eagle or some kind of eagle.
A conference has a mascot?
Yeah, as a part of its new branding.
All right. Well, I hope that goes well for them.
Whatever it is, I hope they're having a good time.
I know whoever was using that thing that got onto the court was having a good time. I tell you what.
Oh, Lord.
There are so many comments I can make right now. I am holding myself back from the amount of comments that I could indeed make.
See, it's not all bad.
No, it's not. No, not at all. Because when I make the first one, if I make the first comment, you won't be able to stop me.
Exactly.
Oh God, you're not gonna pull out one of those, are you?
No, God. What the hell is? Oh my God.
Good Lord.
Jesus, like Stanley Smith. By the way, I didn't know this was a thing until I heard this a few weeks ago. You know what Sammy Smith said after that wreck when he flew out of the no.
Not Sammy Smith.
No, Horton was Stanley Smith, and I got
there you go.
Stanley Smith's the one that hit the wall head on. Jimmy Horton's the one that flew out of the racetrack.
Right. He
was quoted as saying, "Well, it's not good after a wreck and the first person you see is holding a beer can." Yeah. Yes, Josh, that was a thing at Talladega in 1993. They didn't have catch fences. A car literally flew out of the racetrack. I'm trying to look at this new American mascot I could send to you here, Matthew.
We had a lot of this conversation here Wednesday, Grid Network. I don't know if you'd left.
All right, it's in your Twitter messages,
you there,
Matthew.
When we talked about the oval with Friesen, or did you depart?
Yes, I did. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow.
There is a reason why there should be catch fences, okay? And that is the wildest thing, having Talladega with no catch fences. Anyway, I am going to fade my microphone down because we are on one.
You don't need to get me started on the Stuart Friesen deal.
Yeah. Well, we're certainly thinking about Stu the Shoe. And,
absolutely.
That was just a terrible, terrible looking accident. And we're thinking about him. As we are coming to the restart just north of 100 laps to go here in Iowa. Ross Chastain and Taylor Gray on the front row, as the leader has done all day long. Ross, as the control car, has chosen the outside of row 1. And in fact, it's Jesse Love to his inside. Taylor Gray choosing to restart right behind Chastain. Green flag flies as the field rolls into turn 1 with Chastain breaking clear of the pack.
Puts Chastain O'Gray a little bit sideways. Love now in the third position as they fan out further back. 3 wide and towards the back of the pack, but it's Ross Chastain who has the lead through turns 3 and 4.
Jesse Love gets way up and out of the groove. 2 cars come flying to his inside. One is Sammy Smith. The other is Sam Mayer. Now William Sawalich shoehorns his way into that scrap.
Indeed. So he's trying to work his way through here, Sam Mayer, as he battles William Sawalich. Side by side in that number 3 corner. Harrison Burton, every spot matters for him, trying to get one from Jesse Love.
Connor Zilic continues to move up as well. He's just off the back of this battle. He moves to the outside of Harrison Burton. So Connor Zilic finally does break into the top 10 and now carries on as he's to the back bumper of Jesse Love.
So here is Zilich as he tucks in line on the back straightaway behind this battle between Love and Mayer. Going into 3. Love outside, Mayer trying to drive inside. Zilich right there.
Yeah, Zilich looking at the back of these two cars in Love and Mayer that continue to fight hammer and tong down the main straightaway. Now Zilich pulls up alongside Mayer to his right elbow in turn 2.
Good battling right here, and now Zilich outside of Mayer, and that should be able to get him the spot. Yes. So move Honor Zilich up to 6th place. Still perhaps with a puncher's chance of that 4th consecutive victory.
He's come from a long way back, and since he's gotten into the traffic, he's had to fight an ill-handling car and a bunch of cars that were not certainly moving out of his way. But Zilich is on the move with still over 100 laps to go.
Meanwhile, Taylor Gray trying to cut in on Ross Chastain. That lead is down to 2 car lengths.
Meanwhile, Jesse Love off of turn 4 maneuvers his way to the inside of William Sawalich. Those two go door handle to door handle down the main stretch. Love dives it hard into turn number 1, tries to pull the slide job on Sawalich and does it.
So move Jesse Love to 4th, and here comes Zilich to the inside of Sawalich for the number 5 position. Connor Zilich on the move, and now into the top 5, is he? Yes.
Yeah, got a nose in front in that new look gold number 88. Now Sawalich charges back on him down the straightaway from the outside. Wheel to wheel back into turn 1.
Side by side through turns 1 and 2. Here is Zilich and Sawalich. They nearly touch on the back straightaway. Here's Zilich to the inside, trying to hang on to 5th. Sawalich fighting back on the outside.
Oh, Zilich cocks it and rocks it down off the bottom of turn 4 and cuts across the nose of Sawalich, so that confirms Zilich into the top 5 running positions.
Honor Zilich still in the hunt, perhaps. Meanwhile, at 7th place, here's Sam Mayer to the inside of Harrison Burton.
Have to be so impressed with what this 25 team and Harrison Burton has done all day long on a day where he needed a good run as he tries to pursue the playoffs against his cousin Jeb Burton. That's the one he's trying to overtake for that final playoff spot, Seth, and it has been a marketably better day for Harrison than it has been for Jeb.
Have we even mentioned Jeb outside the starting grid?
No.
He's a lap down in 35th.
Yeah, and he started in the 30s as well. It's just been a terrible day for Jeb. And in fact, in the live playoff standings, Harrison Burton is now into that final playoff spot, Seth. In fact, he's plus 19 to the cut line, but Jeb has in fact dropped to 14th. Ryan Sieg has also overtaken him in those live standings.
Burton now trying to drive the inside of Sawalich for 6th place. Mayer's there too.
Yeah, Mayer, who has been towards the front all day long, has a very strong car, swings it wide off the exit of turn 4, pushes Sawalich down the straightaway and clear of Burton.
Move Sawalich up to that number 6 position of the blue and white 18. Burton and Mayer, though, not too far back. Now here is Burton going to try and tuck back in line. Oh, nearly gets into Mayer.
Of course, at the start of the year, this AM Racing team thought they had hit the jackpot to get a driver like Harrison Burton into this car, Seth. We know it's not the richest team out there, AM Racing. So to get a guy in Harrison Burton, I know everyone makes the joke he was 30s in the points and only got into the playoffs in the Cup Series last year because he won a crapshoot at Daytona. But Harrison Burton has won multiple Xfinity Series races, and you will not take that Cup Series trophy away from him either from Daytona last August. To get a driver of that capability in that AM25, that's a big deal for that team. It'd be an even bigger deal if he drives it into the playoffs.
And he's given him solid runs for that car as well. Best runs they ever had. So it tells you he's got a little bit of shield there. I think I swear, I think some, now listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you he was a top 15 driver every week, but I do think about 20-25% of his Cup struggles was down to bad luck. He just had, what was the saying every Sunday I'd say, wasn't for bad luck, he'd have none at all.
Yeah, right. He did always run into some bit of bad luck, it felt, every single week. And listen, he was in the Xfinity Series before that. He ran with Joe Gibbs Racing, and he did win races and was...
Whispers. Daniel Suarez. being a Saturday driver and contending for wins here ain't going to be the worst thing for you.
No, not the worst thing at all. No doubt about it. Harrison solidly inside the top 10 here as we race now with under 100 laps to go here in Iowa. Ross Chastain, they're going to have to take the win away from him. He is half a second up on Taylor Gray and Sammy Smith, who hadn't been close to the front all day long, Seth, until a couple of restarts ago when he stayed out to get the lead. He's held up strong in third.
Strategy pool for that 18. 9 of the last 10 short track races has seen that 8-car finish inside the top 10, but don't look now. Jaws. That's Connor Zilisch.
Yeah, that's double 8 coming after the 8 of Sammy Smith. Zilisch has come from so far back to get up into 4th. Meanwhile, at turn 1, Sam Mayer dives into the bottom to try to get around William Sawalich.
Yeah, Mayer to the inside of Sawalich, and that will be for the 6th position. So move Sam Mayer up into P6, but it's still Chastain leading.
Mayer, who of course has had such a good season to this point. Speaking of Big Ten country and drivers from surrounding area, Mayer from Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Nothing illustrates a football game to end 9-4 than something like Wisconsin and Iowa.
Exactly right. Exactly right. I mean, we are talking about Iowa and Penn State did end 6-4.
Yeah, greatest game ever.
That is not. No, it's not. You were at the greatest game ever, Virginia Tech Wake Forest.
That's true. As Connor Zilisch is able to open the door.
The greatest meme of all time, Frank Beamer's fist pump in the air with that ACC Network graphic 0-0 into regulation.
Connor Zilisch opens the door and walks right through it to take third from Sammy Smith.
All right, so Zilisch to third, still 5 seconds off the lead. Chastain's lead stable at 3 car lengths over Gray.
That was just a phenomenal game. It's amazing, just...
It was so bad, it ended up being beautifully phenomenal, because it was like a train wreck. You had to watch to see how long would it take somebody to score. Somebody had to score because there had to be a winner by virtue of the rules, by the law of averages. And was it 6-3 in double overtime, I think?
It was, yes.
How that ended. And no touchdowns that day, just 3 field goals.
And again, if they didn't start teams in overtime at the 25, not a point would have been scored that day until a defense scored it.
And Matthew, let us not forget, that Virginia Tech team somehow beat Ohio State that year.
They did. Oh my God. Oh my Lord in heaven. College football is so dumb.
That's why I love it.
Oh Lord.
Don't take yourself so seriously. Enjoy the stupid trophies. Enjoy boy, wait till we get to December and tell Josh about some of these bowl games. Tell Josh about the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Oh, he just perked up on the screen like you wouldn't believe when I said that. He had his head was down, and I said Pop-Tarts. He's like, ooh. His head chipped up. He's like, ooh.
My favorite bowl name of all time. It forever and always will be until it gets overtaken by something. But you're going to have to do a massive job to find a way to have a better bowl name than the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl.
Josh gets a laugh. I always like the Poulan Weed Eater Independence Bowl.
Yes! Yes! Oh, Lord.
Same level as what?
Oh yeah, you went out on us there. Sorry. No, I see your lips moving, but we cannot hear you. Anyway. There it was. Okay. well.
Justin Bonsignors worked his way into the top 10 today.
He hates teams. He hates teams. He hates it. He hates teams. He can't stand teams.
Now, he was asking a question about the same level.
Yeah, we have no idea what you were trying to ask. Yes.
the same level as the stupidly long name in Formula 1 as known as the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And if you want it in full, once again, the Formula 1 AWS Gran Premio del Made in Italy e dell'Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix 2025.
It always comes back to the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix with you. Always.
Yes.
Meanwhile, we might want to cover the race here.
News.
Yeah, it's getting good.
Ross Chastain.
We may have a slow car, guys.
Okay, well, Ross Chastain has slow cars around him, and that's why he's losing the lead that he had, Seth, to Taylor Gray.
Yeah, Gray is right there as he gets past Hank Hill. Oh, got one on the wall up at turn number 2. It looks to be the 45 of Mason Massey. Mason Massey up against the wall. He is limping on the back straightaway. We're still green. We're still racing at Iowa as Mason Massey now heads down to the apron of the racetrack and looks like out of harm's way. So looks like no harm, no foul. We're all good as Mason Massey limps that teal 45 to pit road.
Looks like all the tires are up, and it's not a flat tire, but he has scraped the wall with the right side. Not sure what the issue is with the Mongoose Power Solutions Chevrolet, but he has made it to pit road safely. We do stay green as Ross Chastain, Seth, continues to try to carve his way through traffic.
Yep, trying to get by the Anthony Alfredo automobile. He has a 3-car length lead, gets by Alfredo. Next up in front of him, Blaine Perkins.
And Taylor Gray closes right in on the back of Alfredo. He'll try to quickly dispatch of him, and will do so in turn 1. And now he'll get right behind the Chastain car. Meanwhile, for the 45, Seth, I still don't know what exactly happened to him in turns 1 and 2, but it looked like a cue ball just getting shot up into the wall. Well, it certainly wasn't a flat tire. The tire was not flat when he came to pit road. It could be brakes. Always could be brakes here at a track like this. But we do stay green despite the incident. What about Brandon Jones? Had the speeding penalty during the Stage 2 caution, and he had to give up what would be the lead. He had won the race off of pit road, Seth, and was in position to take the lead, but had to serve the speeding penalty. How's he done since the restart?
Well, he's still outside of the top 10. He's battling Christian Eckes for the 14th position. Eckes has a spot. Jones wants it. Here's Jones inside of Eckes. That'll move him up to 14th.
Nose to nose are Jones and Eckes off of turn 4. Eckes gets the drive off the top of the banking. He'll hold on to that spot. Nick Sanchez is stalking those two back into 1.
Yes, indeed he is. A bit of a rough day for Chastain Sanchez to a degree, at least given by his standards of how he's been performing this summer. Here's Jones now trying to use the high side to get some momentum on Eckes.
Yeah, that time he wound it up around the top, and he will clear Christian Eckes down the straightaway. Eckes will try to counter back at him hard under braking to the bottom of the corner. He's no matchup for Jones right now, though.
That is correct. Meanwhile, Gray and Chastain's a battle again. Heading to turn 2. Now the lap car of Kyle Sieg is now split between those two, as Gray now goes to the inside of Sieg, but he'll lose about a car length to Chastain.
Ooh, Taylor Gray back in, slits out from him off of turn 4. Keeps it pointed the right direction. He'll lose a car length to Chastain because of that. Of course, this is the longest green flag run that we've had today, Seth, and these guys have now gone more than 50 laps, or it's one of the longest green flag runs of the day. Not quite the longest yet, but these guys have gone more than 50 laps on this set of tires, and we could be seeing green flag pit stops here soon if there's not a yellow. And around this 7/8 of a mile bull ring, green flag pit stops can definitely jumble the order, especially if a caution comes out in the middle of them. Fight is on for 5th in turn 2. Car 2 is Jesse Love, chased by Sam Mayer.
Now you're trying to reel Love in for 5th as they head down the back straightaway. Heading into turns 3 and 4, Mayer putting the pressure on.
Mayer has been so good all day long. Wow, and he cuts right underneath the Jesse Love car off of turn 4, showing off a lot of muscle, being able to just turn that car to the bottom of the track and make the pass.
Sam Mayer does make the pass. Love will try to fight back, can't do it. And so Sam Mayer moves to the 5th position ahead of Jesse Love.
JT?
And the crew reporting that failure for...
Going in and out again. In and out. It's the first time.
Might be something for Sammy Smith because I'm seeing that he's heading to pit road.
Which would not be shocking because, remember, he stayed out and he's gone much longer on his tires than everyone else has.
Shock mount failure.
Oh, wow. Okay, then. Here is Sammy Smith to pit road off of his older tires.
84
that's
coming
Mason
down
Massey,
with
the shock mount
66 laps to go, and now he just hopes it stays green, and everybody else has to pit under the green flag, Dylan.
Yeah, that's right. They went literally as long as they could. Lap 183 was the max they could go on fuel. They made it there. They'll come down in here and change 4 tires and fuel. The leaders are expected to pit, I've heard, around lap 210 as the earliest part of the window. They can go to as long as lap 225. So at minimum, they probably need about 25 to 30 laps here of no yellow. Otherwise, they're going to be in trouble. But routine service for the 8 here. We'll see how they cycle out.
So it was a gamble that the 8 team played to get the track position. Now, as you just heard Dylan say, they have to survive about 20 or 30 laps here without a caution, because if he gets a caution, he's going to be trapped laps down. But if he can survive those 20 or 30 laps and get everyone else to cycle through pit stops, he'll be back on the same lap as the leaders. Ross Chastain continues to lead Taylor Gray by about half a second. Connor Zilich, slowly but surely, inch by inch, is getting closer to those 2 leaders. It's now 2.8 seconds that Zilich trails Chastain by.
And again, Mason Massey had the shock mount failure. That's what we report. So, quick, fresh look at the top 10, the refreshed top 10. It's Ross Chastain ahead of Taylor Gray. Excuse me.
Oh.
Nothing to sneeze at this race today.
No.
Connor Zilich 3rd, then Sam Mayer, Jesse Love, William Sawalich, Harrison Burton, Carson Kvapil, Justin Bonsignor, and Carson Hocevar.
So that's the top 10 runners as we have 62 laps to go here in Newton, Iowa. Josh Turner is very, very much counting down the days until he doesn't have to log on to Teams anymore. He cannot wait. He cannot wait for these 2 old geezers that run USRN to hurry the hell up and make the switch to OBS. He can't wait. Yeah, and don't even get me started on that. I don't know how the hell we're going to do that either. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, perhaps it will be Discord. And if you think that I'm freaking out about OBS, just wait until I freak out about Discord and all the things that go into Discord. Holy smokes.
I tried that as a communication when the now defunct Limestone University came back from COVID sporting events. We kind of separated people. That wasn't a great experience, I must admit. So I can kind of see where you're coming from there. Is Carson Kvapil got a great run on Harrison Burton.
I will say, there are good things about Discord, Seth, and I know that you'll love this, because I love it. I love the thought of it, is that if we do get on Discord to do these things in the future, there is a function with the Discord that you can put in drops of audio at the touching of a button. You can have audio drops, and they have it on JBM of random moments of JB losing his mind. Do you know how many random audio clips we could have from USRN?
Be hellfire. I'm not going to make numbers that damn long.
Oh, no problem with us. Oh, we have some zingers around here.
Yeah.
I mean, here soon I'm going to clip Josh Wants Cake Anywho. We could. Yes.
I
We
want
could do
the
that
cake
too.
as well.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless. We have got 55 laps to survive here in Iowa, and that is what it would be if we get to the end. As Harrison Burton. I could, I guess, if we're using... Yeah. If it rains, God Almighty, we don't want to restart it if it rains now. Put that overtime line in.
So just to be clear, Josh was not in favor of them restarting the race last week.
No, he was not.
I wonder if part of that because he was secretly rooting for Bubba Wallace.
Could have been. Could have been. Carson Quaffle trying to take 7th from Harrison Burton in turn 2.
As Burton now trying to regain the lost ground as Quaffle makes the move in that Roto-Rooter machine, the red, white, and blue number 1. That's America.
That's America right there. As Quaffle moves up into the 7th position, passing Harrison Burton. When will the leaders come to pit road for their final scheduled stop? We anticipate those stops to come here in about 15 or 20 laps, and very well could come under green. We have not had green flag pit stops all race long, aside from the one that we just had from Sammy Smith, who was on an off strategy. Top 2, Ross Chastain and Taylor Gray, have been fluctuating the gap between about 3 and 8/10 of a second for this entire run. But also for this entire run, Connor Zilic has just been chipping away at the margin. He has now gotten it under 2 seconds, Seth. 88 team, if they could come up with a big pit stop, would be right on the back of these 2 leaders.
Oh boy, this could get spicy. So Zilic, right there in that yellow and red car, could perhaps hope for the 4-peat yet. But it is still Chastain by about 3 car lengths over Gray.
Zilic working over the silver 99 of Matt DiBenedetto as he gets around that lapped vehicle. Just that last lap, Seth, Zilic was 2/10 faster than Chastain, the leader.
Yep. I mean, he's something else, isn't he?
And again, the muscle of this car was shown right at the start. He started 3rd, and by the end of lap 2, he was the leader, and then he led every other lap in that first stage and won the stage, but a loose wheel brought him down pit road twice during the stage 1 caution, had to go to the back, and then, we've got trouble in turn 4.
Daniel Dye has wrecked. Daniel Dye has found the wall. Tough break for Dye, who was running 11th that had been near the top 10 all day long. So Daniel Dye, single car incident. Right front's pretty bent up on that race to stop suicide.com machine. And Daniel Dye, his rough summer stretch continues.
It's not only a tough break for Daniel Dye, but it is a tough break for Sammy Smith, who will be trapped. After making that green flag pit stop, the gamble they took paid off to get track position, but it comes to bite them here as he is trapped off the lead lap. And the caution flies as the Daniel Dye car slides down the banking with him still in it.
And he had already unbuckled, so that's bad. Let's see what happened here. He was trying to go to the inside of a lap car. That Kyle Weatherman maybe, and
wow.
Oh, yeah. Something broke in the most captain obvious statement I can make. Something broke.
Massively. Oh my goodness, that broke at a terrible time in the middle of the corner, and the car just would not turn. And oh my gosh, that's pretty close to the impact Kyle Busch had earlier today in Cup Series practice. Josh Bilicki was lucky to not get involved in that too, because he cut right across the nose of Bilicki's car. So Dye has climbed out of the car, and glad to see that he's climbed out under his own power. We're under yellow with 47 laps to go, and we're not going to get pit stops anytime soon because that car did come to stop right on pit entrance, so they will not be able to open pit road anytime soon until they get the car, the debris, and the fluid all cleaned up. Yeah, get the fire extinguisher.
Oh, yes.
So that will allow us to turn things over to Seth for a moment and tell us what else is going on around the wide world of sports outside of the baseball that he updated us on earlier.
Thank you. PGA Tour heading towards the end of its year. I think it's the last event before the last event before the FedEx Cup.
Yep.
And it's in your neck of the woods, Greensboro, the Wyndham Championship. Cameron Young, 6 birdies today, shot off 5 under 65. He has a 5-shot lead heading into Sunday over Nicholas Echevarria, who is at 15 under. Then it's a 3-way tie for third between Chris Kirk, Mac Meissner, and Aaron Ray, who are at 12 under. Well, it seems that these days it's the English football or soccer season starts earlier and earlier. Today was the first day of the EFL League 1 and League 2, first full Saturday. There was one game last night. Luton played against Wimbledon. That ended 0-0, I think.
Well, if it involved Wimbledon, Seth, then it ended love.
Love. Very well done out of you.
I love.
Okay. Earlier today, Cardiff, recently relegated from the championship, began life at the third tier, the 2-1 win over Peterborough United in the early kickoff. Stevenage beat Blackpool 3-2. Bradford 2-1 over Wickham. Burton beat Mansfield 2-1. Doncaster 1. Exeter 0. Huddersfield looked good today. They beat Leyton Orient by 3-0. Lincoln City 2. Reading 0. Barnsley won 3-1 at Plymouth. Rotherham 2-1 over Port Vale. And Wigan beat Northampton 3-1. That was in League 1. In League 2, Accrington and Gillingham finished level at 1. Fleetwood beat Barnet 2-0. Harrogate 1-0 over Bristol Rovers. Cambridge 1, Cheltenham 0. Chesterfield 1, Barrow 0. Colchester 1, Tranmere 1. Grimsby 3, Crawley 0. Goalless between the MK Dons and Oldham. Oldham's return to the Football League after that dramatic playoff final win last year. Newport County and Notts County split the points, a goal apiece. Crewe won at Salford 3-1. Shrewsbury and Bromley ended goalless. And Walsall beat Swindon by 1-0. Matthew?
Cheers, Jeff. As we are still under yellow, waiting for pit road to be opened. Yeah, the Wyndham in Greensboro, that has now become the annual final stop of the regular season for the PGA Tour. Everyone fist fighting to try to get into the top 70 in the FedEx Cup standings. Top 70 make the playoffs. And particularly, it's Kirk and Gary Woodland that are in position to maybe jump the cut line, to use a NASCAR term in golf. Kirk started the week 73rd. Woodland started 75th as they try to break into the top 70
and
in the FedEx Cup playoffs.
The last 2 events that FedEx Cup series, going to try to have it on USRN as long as it doesn't rain in Richmond or Daytona.
Which would be something that we've never done before. That would be really exciting if we could do it. Playoff starts in Memphis with the FedEx St. Jude Championship, then the BMW and the Tour Championship in Atlanta, where the favorite is Happy Gilmore to take home the Tour Championship again.
Who the hell is Post Malone?
Vern
Lundquist, still alleged, still in the mix after all these years. Oh my goodness! But now I want to say, this is just a me and you thing. When I said, and you're right, that was a brilliant piece of podcast audio when the pharmacy rang in the middle of the interview. I just want to make sure I get this correct. You do realize why I said the phone could have kept ringing. He didn't need to continue that story.
Oh yeah, he carried on with the the catch, or what wasn't
the only thing I'm interested in is if he admitted that Jabbar Gaffney dropped the ball.
Let's go to Progressive Pit Road.
To win in 2025, so just managing the tightness in the corner. Corey Shea, the crew chief, said we'll get you turning a little bit better with an air pressure adjustment. Looks a little slow on that right side. 4 fresh Goodyear tires, Sunoco fuel. You see the 88 of Connor Zilic in the middle. 3 in, tight center, but very manageable. No major adjustments, Dylan.
Report for Taylor Gray on the handling of his race car said he was edgy in, tight in the center, and free off. No changes other than the 4 set of tires that, or 4 tires that we just talked about. Here's the race off pit road. Sam Mayer as well on the right of the screen. He said that he was too tight. They're going to change 4 tires as well just to stay on offense as much as they can.
Wow, Brandon Jones and Justin Allgaier jump everybody by going with 2 tires. They win the race off. Then it's followed by Chastain and Zilic. An incredibly long stop for Taylor Gray, Seth. He wasn't even among the top 10 off of pit road.
That's a tough break right there. That is a tough break for a guy who was amongst the best in the field all day long.
They couldn't get the lug nuts on the left rear. Oh my goodness. Wow.
My God.
Well, he's cut through traffic a lot today, but this time he won't have nearly as much time to do so. We're going to be inside the final 40 laps by the time we go back green. JT?
Is this thing working? Can you hear me?
It is.
Okay.
It is indeed.
Just to add to the Jeff update, as you call it, down at the EFL and the World Wider Sport, of course. That Newport and Notts County game, which ended 1-1, was delayed by an hour as the whole stadium was evacuated to allow 2 air ambulances to land on the field. And Notts County said in a statement, a Notts fan who was taken ill before today's game is in a serious but stable condition in hospital, and we will provide further updates when appropriate. And also, the game between Shrewsbury and Bromley had the classic case of the linesman getting injured, which means the 4th official had to replace the linesman, which has the classic thing of the stadium tannoy announcement going out asking for any qualified referees in the crowd. And a qualified level 5 referee stepped up from the fans and became the 4th official.
Any qualified referee.
I hope he got paid.
Hope he did too.
Did all of that come through? Did my mic actually play ball?
Oh, we heard it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, heard it all.
Shocking. Wow.
Here's a stat for you guys. If a Chevrolet wins this race, it will be the 2nd outright longest manufacturer streak in NASCAR National Series history. They still have a little bit of work to do. It would be their 14th consecutive win. They still have a little bit of work to do. The record, Ford, who won 32 in a row in the Cup in 1965.
Oh, golly. Well, we should be coming to 1 to go this time. And again, Brandon Jones and Justin Allgaier were the first 2 off of pit road as they went with 2 tires only. So they come to the choose, and you're going to have Jones and Allgaier wheel to wheel on the front row. Chastain and Zilic have both gone to the outside, so Zilic is actually going to restart row 3. That leaves the inside of 2 open for Jesse Love to take, as we hear quickly from Daniel Dye.
In the car before the issue.
No, it just went just like that. So it really popped as fast as Xfinity Mobile. So,
okay.
Just really good day. Fast race car all day. Lost a little bit of track position. There it is. 3, 2, 1, and there she goes. So, yeah, I mean, really good car all day. Made it better. Lost track position. It was getting it back, running 11th, getting ready to pass for 10th, and there it went. So days like today really suck when you were running good like that. This puts us in a must-win, though, for the rest of the year. So needed a good day today to not have to win, and now we do.
Well, there you have it. From Double D, Daniel Dye. Justin Allgaier and Brandon Jones on 2 tires. We'll see if they are a roadblock or if they can hold their own on the two tires. Into the restart zone they come. The green flag waves, and with 38 laps to go, we are back underway in Iowa. Ross Chastain right on the bumper cover of Jones as Allgaier shoots off the bottom of the first row and gets to the lead.
Allgaier's the lead, but here comes Jesse Love. A great run out of turn number 2. He's going to pull alongside Allgaier and go for the top spot. What a restart by Jesse Love. He's clear to the lead.
Incredible restart from the Daytona winner. Further back, Zilich is able to work his way through Brandon Jones into the left elbow of Ross Chastain. But at the front, Zilich gets into Chastain, who then gets into Allgaier. Allgaier spins in front of the entire field, and it looks like everyone's missed him as the yellow flies.
Oh, merciful heaven. For the second straight week, Justin Allgaier's near the front and then gets caught up in friendly fire.
That's the second time today Zilich on the inside of a car in turn 2 just lost it on the bottom and washed up into the car to his outside. First time that happened, it was Allgaier who he got into. This time, he got into Chastain, who, in the domino effect, hip-checked Allgaier around. So the yellow flies. All of that was happening just as Sam Mayer in front of them was trying to snag the lead away from Love. Wow. Well, it looked like the two-tire strategy may work out for Justin because he had done pretty good to hold his own in the restart, and he ends up getting turned. But I tell you, turns 1 and 2, that is a treacherous set of corners. Watch out for that tomorrow in the Cup race. Now they are scoring Chastain third right now. I thought at the moment of caution that Zilich was ahead of Chastain, but they're not scoring it that way as of now. Love is the leader from Mayer, and then comes Chastain, Zilich, and Jones, who just got swallowed up on the two tires. So we'll have another restart. But you're right, Seth. What an incredible restart from Jesse Love. Thank you, JT, for the message in Discord about the tire popping as fast as Xfinity Mobile.
At least it was different from the normal, my car was as fast as Xfinity Mobile.
Oh my goodness gracious. Whatever will they say next year when the title sponsor of this series changes? I can't wait to see what it changes off to.
They shall say, my car was as fast as Xfinity Mobile. Oh, wait, it's not Xfinity anymore. My car was as fast as... Yes, it was just fast.
Welcome to the NASCAR Pizza Hut Grand National Series, where cars are as fast as Pizza Hut delivery.
This car ran as fast as Pizza Hut Pizza threw me on a sick day.
My car was as fast as Amazon Prime delivery.
Oh, boy.
That's good. That's good.
God almighty. What if we get next year the NASCAR Prime Series? Oh, Lord.
How about the NASCAR...
Amazon or the
NASCAR Chili Series. This car was as sweet as baby back ribs.
If it becomes the NASCAR Chili Series, you won't have to worry about the driver saying something cringy after every race. Have to worry about me. Oh, it's a triple dipper of a win.
Yeah, me and Matthew love chilies, in case you haven't noticed.
Brandon Jones rides the Dente all the way to victory lane.
This is the NASCAR Max Verstappen series. My car was as fast as Max Verstappen throwing his towel out of his cockpit.
There's some corn on Justin Allgaier's car.
Yeah. It's almost as if they planned it that way.
think that.
It's car.
Hey, Matthew, I don't know if the part owner of that car was clever enough to hatch a scheme like that.
That's true. That is true.
God, no. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
For me, I really like corn.
What do you like about corn?
It's corn. A good corn that knobs. It has to choose. I can't imagine a more beautiful thing. It's corn. I can tell you all about it.
Austin Dillon, the free pass.
JT has fallen off his stool. Oh, Lord.
For good reason. Jesse Love, up by a car length.
What is Sam Mayer doing? Take it to the basket, guys. Take it to the restart zone.
30 laps.
Take it to the restart zone, guys. What are you doing?
I missed it. Did he actually fall off his chair?
He just about did. I don't think he did, but he just about did. Oh, my Lord.
There's your boy.
Matthew, you should definitely check Discord.
Oh, God. It's corn. And that's Dick Childress. Oh.
Richard Childress' brain is on fire. We're a blue collar team. Get the fire extinguisher. Get the fire extinguisher first break. Get the fire extinguisher.
Just came across the chews. They did confirm that Chastain was scored ahead of Zilich at the moment of caution, and I don't really know how they came to that conclusion, but they did. So on the chews, you're going to have Jesse Love on the outside of row 1, Seth, and Sam Mayer to his inside.
Indeed. Then it's going to be Zilich, Chastain, Sawalich, Brandon Jones, Christian Eckes, Carson Quapple, Harrison Burton, Carson Hocevar, the top 10. We will have 30 laps to go when they come to the start-finish line. 30 circuits left at Iowa. How much more drama do we have left? Matthew Owens, let's find out.
Love and Mayer have had really fast cars all day, but they haven't been at the very front. They are here for this restart. A near sellout crowd on hand for this Xfinity Series race. They're all on their feet as the green flag waves. Jesse Love off the outside of row 1, jets out with a playful shove from Ross Chastain. Into turn 1, the leaders go, and Chastain gets into the back of Love, but Love holds the lead in turn 2.
Christian Eckes tried to go 3 wide to the bottom, didn't work. Then he gets into Williams Sawalich. Love leads, Mayer second, then Chastain and Zilich side by side for third.
Right, Ross Chastain desperately trying to hold off Connor Zilich, and he has. Chastain stays ahead of his teammate for third position. Brandon Jones on the 2 tires running in 5th, just trying to defend, but it's Jesse Love up front in 2.
Someone's wrecking back there. Someone's smoking. It's Matt DiBenedetto. He ran in the back of somebody and has severely damaged the front end of his number 99 car. We're still green for some godforsaken reason as he pulls way down to the bottom. We're still green.
Still green as Connor Zilich has worked his way to the inside of Ross Chastain to try to take over third while Mayer looks for the lead. Chastain is nearly in the wall in turn 2. They're crashing further back. Brandon Jones around.
I think there's oil on the racetrack. I think there was oil or something spilled from the 99 because everybody started sliding, and then Brandon Jones backed it into the wall.
Well, Benedetto, he's got all kinds of front end damage, Seth. There has to be some kind of fluid leaking from that car. Why didn't they throw the yellow?
I swear that's what that had to be, because if you watch that, everybody was slipping and sliding all across this racetrack. You mentioned Chastain was sliding, Love was sliding, Mayer was sliding. Wow, that's not a shining moment for the tower, I'm afraid.
No. Well, that all started on the front stretch, for goodness sakes. They got stacked up, and Matt DiBenedetto ran slap into the back of Corey Day. And yeah, I would imagine he probably damaged something, transmission, radiator or something, Seth, and probably all kinds of fluid on the track. Wow.
That could have been really scary. That could have been really bad.
What chaos. And now both of the guys that got to the front by taking 2 tires, Allgaier and Jones, have both been spun on consecutive restarts. Well. And JT has clipped it. JT has sent a clip.
And I can now officially say that I think the next soundboard on the JB Motorsports broadcast needs to be Matthew Owen saying, "It's corn!"
Oh my. A big lump of knobs.
It has the juice.
It has the juice, all right.
Juicy baby.
Now who's going to have the juice on this restart to get to the lead?
Oh, don't say it like that. Come on.
Good Lord. We got 25 laps to go. It'll be down towards 20 when we get the next restart. And Seth, through all the chaos and the catastrophe of the last couple of restarts, Harrison Burton is up to 5th.
Talk about a good day. There it is.
Also, all the cars have had to go way up next to the wall in turns 1 and 2 to avoid the cleaning trucks in the middle of the corner. So now, at slow speeds, these tires have picked up all the debris and the marbles that's up at the top, right next to the safer barrier of turns 1 and 2. So that's going to make this restart even that much more treacherous. We didn't have a whole bunch of cautions for cause, did we, prior to this, prior to the Daniel Dye crash, I suppose?
Yeah.
So under yellow here, as I will just leave you momentarily with Seth and JT.
Hello, people. Hopefully my mic works.
Hey!
There we go. Hello, everyone. 24 laps to go. Some could say that William Byron is somewhere. I don't know where, but he is somewhere. As we are under caution here, round as, well, I look down on the helicopter cam, you look on board with a car. That's what happens when TV pictures have different delays compared to the UK and the US. It's weird, isn't it? Just wait for it. Hold. There we go. As still under caution, and we will get ready in a couple of laps' time to double up after all of the cleanup has happened. Lap 228 of 250 of the Hy-Vee Perks 250, as it's Sam Mayer, Love, Zillis, Quaffle up in 4th, Harrison Burton, Ross Chastain, Hosfar, Ekes, Swallage and Creed in 10th. If you're looking to where Brandon Jones after his incident, he's down in 23rd and in the pits, and Justin Allgaier after his incident just a couple of moments ago down in the 19th position. And I am very surprised, and I'm going to mention it and I will probably curse it, I am very surprised my microphone did not cut out there. As continuing
anyway.
Oh, hello. You are alive.
Yes, I am. So, oh, Matthew had to step away. Okay, so
yeah.
Again, this is the NASCAR Xfinity Series on USRN and JBM, USRN2 and JBM from the Iowa Speedway. Sam Mayer leads the Hy-Vee Perks 250 with 23 laps to go. We're under caution for an incident originally involving Matt DiBenedetto, and then his the car leaked fluid, and spinning into that fluid was Brandon Jones. Could have been a lot bigger incident. They've just gone to the choose cone, so we'll have about 21 laps to go in this race. 21 laps to go, and, well, can Connor Zilic make it 4 wins in a row? Can Sam Mayer win it? Can Jesse Love steal a winner? Well, someone else may be stealing that hasn't won yet this year, like a Carson Quapple or a Harrison Burton, or could we get a Cup interloper, Ross Chastain, the Colic team, who has just taken a big fall from grace the last few years. They've got 2 of the top 10 here. I thought they hit the choose. I guess they didn't, but they have 2 in the top 10, so it'll be interesting to see what happens for this restart.
Justin Allgaier just heading down into the pits this time by after his incidents and his spin, as we are looking at the lead with Sam Mayer. No choose yet, as we still got cleaning equipment now this time high on turns 1 and 2. They've done the low, now they're doing the high, as we are continuing to circulate under caution here at Iowa.
Again, tomorrow here on USR in Maine at JBM, it's the NASCAR Cup Series. Another pole for Chase Briscoe. He'll lead him to the green for the 400-mile for the Cup Series, 400-lapper for the Cup Series. So that will be tomorrow. Hope you'll join us for that. Sam Mayer still the leader. And so again, we're under the yellow flag here as we're now in 20 laps to go. And, well, Carson Quapple, of course, or Sam Mayer, of course, last year driving for Junior Motorsports, held off Riley Herbst at Iowa. And he'll try to do it again, this time for the Haas Factory team. And still we move on here. And they're still trying to wipe off some of the oil from turn 2, where DiBenedetto leaked the fluid, which put us under this caution. Caution still out. Another lap complete. 19 to go. Sprawling Iowa Speedway. So again, we're here at the Iowa Speedway. Sam Mayer trying to hang on and get a win. It's Jesse Love. Connor Zilic is 3rd. 4th is Carson Quapple. Harrison Burton 5th. Ross Chastain is 6th. 7th is Carson Hocevar. 8th is Christian Eckes. 9th is William Sawalich. 10th is Sheldon Creed. Try to get you a full field rundown for some kind of filler time. That's your top 10. Justin Bonsignor 11th. Parker Retzloff 12th. Taylor Gray 13th. Ryan Sieg 14th. Nick Sanchez 15th. Dean Thompson, Kyle Sieg, Brennan Poole, Sammy Smith, Josh Balicki 16 through 20. 21 through 25, Austin Dillon, Justin Allgaier, Jeremy Clements, Brandon Jones, and Ryan Ellis. 26 through 30, Corey Day, Anthony Alfredo, Jeb Burton, Joey Gase, and Blaine Perkins. Patrick Emmerling is 31st. Thomas Annunziata Garrett Smithley, Tomasi, DiBenedetto, Dye, Massey, Cram, the rest of the field. We are now have hit the choose, so there will be 17 laps to go when we get the green flag, and it's going to be Jesse Love and Sam Mayer on the front row.
Anthony Alfredo's radio on lap 222. There is fluid everywhere. How did it take that long for the caution to come out? That's why we've had that extended caution. Anyway, we are doubled up, coming to the green.
Probably wasn't the only one that was thinking that.
Oh boy.
Here we go. All right, Matthew, you're back just in time.
Yep, gonna be something again with 17 laps to go. Mayer on the outside of row 1 and Love to his inside. Zilich and Burton in row 2 as the green flag waves, and Sam Mayer wasting no time getting through the gears. He takes off into the lead in turn 1.
Meanwhile, up the hill go both Love and Zilich. That's going to allow Harrison Burton a chance to grab second, but Sam Mayer is gone. Here's Burton inside of Love for second. Quapple and Zilich there. Zilich sideways.
Connor Zilich is stuck on the top, and he's loose all the way through the corner, nearly drifted it through turns 3 and 4, and he's losing very important ground to the leaders.
Love second. Zilich up the hill yet again. He's losing even more spots. Connor Zilich fading. Harrison Burton inside of Jesse Love for the number 2 position. Ross Chastain is right there.
Harrison Burton came into the day 10 points out of the playoffs. He's running a strong 3rd position here. Cannot get around Love with 15 laps to go as Sam Mayer creeps away.
And Mayer creeps away. Love keeps Burton at bay for second. Then it is Burton 3rd, Chastain 4th. Hocevar now up to 5th. Then you've got Zilich, who's dropped back to 6th.
Yeah, Zilich just couldn't get it going on the restart, and when he got shoved up by Jesse Love, he lost all the grip, and his chances at 4 wins in a row looks to be done.
It would appear that way. Here comes Harrison Burton trying to get that second position from Jesse Love. He's getting close. He's there, all 4.
Boy, Harrison Burton, I know he wants every position he can get, but 3rd right now for this car and this team and this driver would be worth its weight in gold. He doesn't need to do anything stupid to try to get 2nd.
He really doesn't, but you can't tell a racer not to give up. Racers race and they'll fight. Here's Burton inside. Can he clear? Not quite.
Wheel to wheel out of 4. Love gets the pull off the top of the turn 4 banking, holds on to the 2nd position, and all of this jousting is allowing Sam Mayer to pull even further away.
So Mayer continues to play his lead now. Is nearly 2 seconds. Hocevar and Zilich trade a little paint, battling for that 5th position. Hocevar inside, or outside, Zilich inside.
Connor Zilich trying to take over the 5th position, but as we mentioned, chances at a 4th straight win seem to be going away, but he is trying to get his 10th straight top 5.
Inside is Hocevar trying to get to the inside of Zilich now makes the move on Hocevar. 5th place is the battle there. Further back, Nick Sanchez dropping back. He's in 21st. Any particular reason we're focused on him? Just getting ready to find out.
Car looks pretty beaten up.
Yeah, well, oh, wow. Yeah, he got into Dean Thompson. Boy, Dean Thompson's had his moments today.
Pinballing off of Thompson and Day was Sanchez, as Sam Mayer leads by over 1.5 seconds with 9 laps to go. And meanwhile, Dean Thompson has come to pit road because of that contact. Must have cut down a tire. That's a shame for Dean. But for Sam Mayer, Seth, what a reversal in fortunes for this driver who has finished in the top 5 9 times this season. Nearly half of the 21 races he has finished in the top 5 in. But he has not won. But he's been so strong, so consistent. He's 3rd in the championship, although he never gets talked about. I think we're about to talk about him in about 8 laps.
Yeah. Think we are. Meanwhile, Harrison Burton has now fallen into the clutches of Ross Chastain for third, but it's a comfortable lead for Sam Mayer at the front.
For the Haas factory team, the audible Ford comes to the line with now just 7 laps to go. The fight for third carries on. Ross Chastain throws down the gauntlet to the bottom of turn 1 and sweeps up in front of Harrison Burton.
And he'll do a little crossover slide job to move Chastain to third. Mayer, though, leads by about 20 car lengths.
22-year-old driver from Franklin, Wisconsin, closing in on another win, crossing the line with 6 laps to go. We talked about the 9 top 5s. 3 of those have been second-place finishes. He's been so close to victory this year.
Yep, gets by a slow car on the back straightaway. Now works his way through turns 3 and 4. Steady, smooth as she goes for Sam Mayer.
He has 7 NASCAR Xfinity Series wins. The last of those came at the Charlotte Roval last year. He's won a bunch on road courses. Now trying to win at Iowa for the 2nd year in a row.
He's got a comfortable lead, just needs to hit his marks. Hope there's no yellow, and he will be on his merry way to victory. Sam Mayer continuing to show the way.
Comes up out of turn number 4 with now just 4 laps to go. His lead on Jesse Love remains very comfortable at a 2.5 seconds. Another second back to Chastain at 3rd.
Mayer, of course, won this race. We mentioned just a minute ago, he won last year here at Iowa. So this Wisconsin driver is starting to like Iowa a little bit as he goes to the bottom in turns 3 and 4.
All clean track ahead of him. No one just in front, no one directly behind. As we go to 3 laps to go, Connor Zilisch mentioned trying to get that 10th straight top 5. He is in 5th. He may work over Harrison Burton for 4th in the closing laps.
Indeed. So Love has cut in a little bit into the lead, but not enough of a dent to where he's going to be a serious threat as Zilisch tries to get Burton for the 4th position. Harrison Burton trying to hang on to that spot. He needs to finish as high as possible. Still going to be a great day, though.
It's going to be a tremendous points day for Harrison Burton and his assault at the playoffs. We're down to 2 laps to go.
An ultimate lap as Zilisch now is going to work Burton over and try and grab that 4th position. As they make a little bit of contact, Connor Zilisch now will go to the inside and take that 4th spot. Bell lap at Iowa.
Sam Mayer comes to the line, the white flag waving. We're into the final lap at Iowa. Sam Mayer points his car into turn 1 for the final time.
A comfortable 1 second lead, and the caution is out. Garrett Smithley has spun to the back straightaway. And that will end this race as Sam Mayer will take the victory at Iowa.
Off of turn 4 with the yellow and checkered flags waving. A bridesmaid no more in 2025 for Sam Mayer. The Wisconsin driver wins in Iowa and doubles down in the Hawkeye State. Sam Mayer, the winner of the Hy-Vee Perks 250. He's the one that stops Connor Zilisch from winning 4 in a row. It's Mayer from Love, Chastain, Zilisch, and Harrison Burton does secure 5th. But it's Sam Mayer, 2nd year in a row at Iowa, 1st win in 2025, 1st win for the Haas factory team, and his 8th career win in the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
Just a great performance today by Sam Mayer, and I don't really know why that was a caution.
Yeah.
I guess that was to overcompensate for waiting to throw the yellow last time.
I guess.
I mean, it wasn't going to matter, but, you know.
Right. So Sam Mayer for the Haas factory team, the team that, of course, was Stewart Haas Racing, underwent a very big change in everything during the offseason. Tony Stewart backing away from his part ownership with the team. Gene Haas wanting to keep teams going, 1 in the Cup Series and 2 in the Xfinity Series. And after so many close calls already this season with both of these cars driven by Sam Mayer and Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer finally closes the deal and gets the win. Again, he's not getting talked about enough in the Xfinity Series level. All the talk is about Zilisch, and it's about Allgaier, and it's about the RCR cars on super speedways and JRM and what they've done as a team. But Sam Mayer in now 22 races, has 10 top 5 finishes, and now has a win here in Iowa. Celebration complete as the smoke clears, the window net comes down for this talented youngster from Wisconsin, as Sam Mayer salutes the Iowa crowd in victory for a second year in a row.
To victory lane, but that's got to feel good right there.
I just remember last year when he did the sprint over to get the flag. Look at that.
I feel like I hear Top Gun music in the background.
That's
right there,
Days of Thunder, Jamie.
Woo! Down to Kim Kuhn.
Yeah, Sam Mayer does the Superman, defends his win here at Iowa from last year, but he does it this year with a different team, notching the first win for Haas Factory team, and it comes at the perfect time. They have been knocking on the door of a win 3 times, found themselves runner-up, including last weekend in Indy. We knew the disappointment finishing second to Connor Zillage last weekend, but man, how important was this win for you and the team?
I mean, this one's everything right here. This one's for all the guys here at Audubell. There's a lot of people here in the stands for the Audubell people, so it's really cool to get a win in front of them. First win for Haas Factory team. That's awesome. This car was as fast as Xfinity Mobile all day long. I tried to botch it on pit road, but we didn't. I can't believe it. This is one of the most special ones I have. These guys, they love me to death. I love them to death, and we're just some good old boys trying to go racing. So this one feels great.
Let's talk about that mistake on pit road. You said you almost botched it. We saw you slide through the pit stall, almost clipped one of your guys. How did you let that not derail your day? How did you maintain your focus?
I mean, I simply knew that this car could easily come back through the field, no problem. So huge shout out to the guys at the shop and the guys on pit road. The guys coming to me right now. This is awesome. I'm so excited about this one.
Go celebrate. That is Sam Mayer, a winner for the second straight year here at Iowa Speedway.
Hard-fought victory for Sam Mayer, who celebrates with his Haas Factory team guys after getting his first win of the 2025 season. And it's always impressive, Seth, when you get a guy like this and a team like this that's so good, so consistent, but they have to wait a bit to finally knock down that win. And when they do, it's a big, big world of relief off their shoulders.
For sure. And I feel like there's no better feeling in sports than winning a race, especially after you've waited so long to win one. And the celebration, his crew, most appreciative of his efforts and finally getting that win. I'd say he's a little pumped up to finally get that first win of the year. And as Kim mentioned, first win for this team as well.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. And it's been a long road to this point for the Haas Factory team after going through the changes that we discussed a moment ago. So Sam Mayer is the one that gets the win here in Iowa. NASCAR Xfinity Series Hy-Vee Perks 250. It's a really entertaining race. Really good racing throughout the entirety of it. And let's tell you how they finished. Mayer gets the victory by over 3 seconds at the end, running away from Jesse Love, who finishes second. Ross Chastain was third. Also gets the Xfinity fastest lap point, does Ross. Connor Zillage was going for 4 in a row. Instead, he finishes in position 4. Still, another top 10, 10 straight top fives, rather. 10 straight top 5s for Connor Zillage. That's incredible. Harrison Burton, a huge day in his pursuit for the playoffs as he finishes 5th. Carson Hocevar was 6th in the number 11 for Colleague. Sheldon Creed 7th. Ryan C., great rebound after a lap 2 spin to finish 8th. Carson Quaffle was 9th. 10th to Christian Eckes. So how about that, Seth? Colleague putting 2 in the top 10.
Yeah, they needed that for sure. William Solowich was 11th. Justin Bonsignor was 12th. Good run for Parker Retzloff. Talk about a guy who needed a good run. He finished 13th. Austin Dillon 14th. Sammy Smith was 15th. 16th goes to Justin Allgaier. Taylor Gray, shame. He deserved much better than the day he had. He ends up 17th. 18th goes to Kyle Sieg. 19th, Nick Sanchez. And 20th was Brennan Poole.
It's a good run for Kyle C. He was good all weekend. 21st, Josh Balicki. Jeremy Clements, his 21st Iowa start, finishes 22nd. Brandon Jones, 23rd. Talk about an up-and-down day for him. Corey Day was the first car off the lead lap and 24th in the Hendrick Motorsports entry. 25th to Ryan Ellis, 26th to Anthony Alfredo. Joey Gase was 27th, 28th for Blaine Perkins. Jeb Burton and that 27 team that started the day on the playoff bubble was out to lunch all day. Practice, qualifying in the race. He comes home 29th. Patrick Emmerling from Western New York finished 30th.
Dean Thompson, 31st. 32nd, Thomas Annunziata. Garrett Smithley, 33rd after his spin on the final lap. Tyler Tomasi, 34th. Matt DiBenedetto, 35th. 36th, Daniel Dye. 37th was Mason Massey. And 38th to Dawson Cramp.
And that's how they finished in the Hy-Vee Perks 250. Here in Iowa, Sam Mayer adding his name to the list of playoff-eligible drivers in the NASCAR Xfinity Series through wins. He is the 8th driver to clinch his playoff spot with a victory this season. Second straight, as we mentioned, at Iowa for the Wisconsin driver. Seth, your final thoughts from what, at least from my seat, felt like an incredibly entertaining race. I don't think we had any period where we thought, well, we're strung out and we're just logging laps. It was good from the start for me.
Great day, I thought. Great action all the way around, and that last restart proved to be the differences. Sam Mayer pulled away and eventually got the victory as everybody else battled behind. But good day. Good day for some guys that needed good days. We obviously, the one we kept harping on was Harrison Burton, but we mentioned the colleague team. They ended up getting a couple of they ended up getting a 7th with, or 6th, I'm sorry, with Hocevar, a 10th with Eckes, and Dye was right up there near the top 10 until he had his accident. Retzlaff, who's had a miserable year, he's better than that than his runs indicate. 13, good run for him this afternoon as another great day in the Heartland, and I know the cars are different, but you look at the track setup, kind of makes you excited for what we see for 400 laps tomorrow.
Yeah, it really does. Tomorrow is going to be a heck of a show. Of course, the Cup Series came here for the first time last year. That was a night race, remember, running in the afternoon tomorrow. Of course, it's not going to be as hot as we thought it might in the first week of August in Iowa, so they get a break there. But it is going to be in the hottest part of the day. And we saw how treacherous this track was in this race and for the Cup guys in P&Q earlier this morning. So tomorrow should be a really fun day. Just want to add on, William Sawalich has been slowly turning it around. Would have had 4 straight top 10s today. Just missed it with an 11th place finish, but he ran top 6 or 8 all day long. Got shuffled down to 11th on the late restarts, but still, Sawalich, this is why you have to have patience. He won, every time you turn around, he was winning in ARCA the last, couple of years. And everyone thinks he's going to come in with a Joe Gibbs car and set the world on fire because that's the expectation. But you have to be patient with these young guys. He's still 18 years old himself, and he's finally starting to get his arms around these Xfinity Series cars. And I don't know where he is in points after the result today, but he came in 21st. Don't be shocked if a guy like William Sawalich wins one of these next few races and vaults up from 21st in the championship to get into the playoffs. Just 4 races left in the regular season for the Xfinity Series. They'll next be in action next Saturday up in the Finger Lakes region of New York at the road course at Watkins Glen. JT, any final thoughts from you before we get out of here?
I think he just gave us, I think he says there's points updates on the YouTube stream. So.
Oh,
there you go.
Brilliant. That's what I've...
So.
There you go. Brilliant. And now we're hearing ourselves twice because the sound was still on. Very good. Well, this is brilliant because this is what I'm always kind of waiting for if the TV people would give it to us, and they normally don't. So here we go. After the results today, Seth, how about this? Connor Zilich, after missing a race at Texas due to injury, has clawed back into a tie with Justin Allgaier for the regular season championship lead. And Sam Mayer, like I said, we haven't been talking about Sam Mayer. He's only 16 points out of it. 3-horse race for this regular season championship over the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be a fun battle to watch for the regular season championship, the playoffs, and all the other stuff. And we'll see how it all works out here in the final bit of this season. Cannot wait. Just great. Just glad to be with you guys. Another fun day at the office. And what do we do now? Well, I'm going to go get kicked out of the Caitlin Clark Butter exhibit.
And as far as those final playoff spots, Harrison Burton did jump Jeb Burton. So too did Ryan Sieg. So now, as I do math very much on the fly, Harrison Burton started at -10. He is now +17 to Ryan Sieg. Sieg is -17. Jeb Burton -19. So Jeb ended up losing 29 points to the cut line after what was just a terrible weekend for him and that team in Iowa. Again, the Xfinity Series to New York and to Watkins Glen next Saturday. Hope you'll join us, USRN2 and JBM, for that one. For the 200-miler, the Mission 200 at the Glen. Remember, it was that race last year where we were introduced to Connor Zilic as he ran away from everybody and scored the victory. So we'll see you in Watkins Glen next week. And we'll see you back here in Iowa tomorrow for the NASCAR Cup Series on USRN, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, also on JBM. So long from Iowa, where the winner is Sam Mayer.
We had a mixer comment.
The Hy-Vee Perks 250. We did. Oh, it was Christian. Oh, hello, Christian.
Laughed 2 hours ago. He laughed at something, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. So that's, plenty of options for that, huh? Yes. Issues, there have been some internal technical issues, Christian. We were not ignoring you on purpose. No, we would never do that. But yes.
We would never alienate our biggest fan.
That's right. So as I sign off for a second time, who is this? John Cox? So long from Iowa.